Mm.
Because there it
We
goes.
we are live. We are live.
Ah,
I got the chime on my phone. That means we're live.
Hmm.
What's going
So,
on?
howdy, everybody. Looks like we got Julian in the house, and Russ is in the house, and I think I saw other Rob in the house, and GDS, and do believe I saw Alpha Bear a little bit ago. Yeah. So, evening, everybody, and welcome to our nice little show. We're on Rev Time, of course.
I blame it all on Rob.
yeah, it was Rob's fault today. He had to give out
Had to give out a what?
an impact wrench or something. Some tow truck driver lost a wheel and he needed an impact wrench or something.
Ah, Rocky's in the house. Yeah, that was the other night. Did you night straight, man? JDS just got back from getting food for the show. Cool.
Ooh, good.
Let's see. Russ says this kid has already figured out how to watch how-to videos and dominate in the game he's playing. Julian says, "Nice. Melissa gave up on that game. I forget was one of the Mario Brothers ones. She got super far and just doesn't play anymore." Yeah, because I think it was Julian said that was playing with um, daughter.
Hmm.
Yeah, playing Minecraft. His daughter.
That's cool.
So yeah, careful, Julian. You're liable to get hooked and start playing yourself.
I got killed by a skeleton the other day.
Well, if it's any consolation, so did I. Only the skeleton was in the nether in a fortress, and the skeleton knocked me over into the lava pit, and I fried to death.
That's what I was going to ask Charles. Did you get knocked into the lava?
No, mine was even worse.
Worse
Maybe
than
I
lava.
2,000 points.
got knocked into the eternal mine of damnation.
Oh, and I disagree with what Rob said. I played Minecraft for a little bit. I gave it up.
Yeah, it was the abyss that you fell into, Charles.
That's what it was.
Goes down, and you start taking damage, and you never hit the bottom.
Looking for Gandalf, but he guess he found the dragon or something already and flew off or something. I don't know.
That's in the end, not the nether. You were in the wrong place.
So that's how you guys spend your day.
Oh no, I didn't spend my day doing that.
Mm.
We just make sense and apply.
Paula's in the house. Says, "Hey gang, just finished recording my March Pepper update. Cool. Can't wait to watch it. We'll try to get it posted tonight. Okay, so maybe tonight or tomorrow." Bernie's in the house. Says, "What's happening?"
How's it going, bro?
Bernie? Somebody was giving me a hard time about my microphone. Right there.
Don't worry about that person. Yeah,
Do
just
you know who it was?
I know who it was.
I know who it was.
I don't know who it was.
Yeah, but
I can't remember what I ate for dinner, but for some reason I remember like half the conversations that take place on this live stream for the last 6 months.
Well, because you're in an eternal loop with the dinner. It's chicken with crimson blaze. So
No, it's lemon pepper.
lemon pepper. Oh, okay.
lemon pepper and crimson blaze.
Yeah,
And a
there you
little more citrus. Ah,
The JDS is cleaning the yard for Easter Sunday. That's coming up pretty soon.
Less than a week.
Yep.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
You'll pay for the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
And make sure that you get your April Fool's jokes ready for Easter Sunday as well. So when you're doing those Easter egg hunts, say kids, today we're doing Easter egg hunts with the plastic eggs. They're gonna be filled with money, and then they get all excited and go in there. There'll be nothing in them. Haha. Fools.
I've been like, oh man, I want to be so mean on Easter, but because it's April Fool's, but
See, I know yours. All you got to do is do deviled eggs and go, here you go, folks. This is pepper and some blades. Blazing it up on Easter.
hopefully Donna's not up there watching yet.
Yeah, she'll have to watch the food and that kind of stuff to make sure you don't accidentally. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
What do you think about those deviled eggs? They're hot. I was going to try to slowly work my way into this game.
They'll be mouthing the same thing Dave said he was mouthing.
What? And he's like, this is supposed to be a nice family Easter event, and look what's happened. Everybody's cursing at the dinner table.
at the in-laws.
Oh, even worse.
Oh, that would be hysterical.
Easter egg hunts around here with money in them. There's one up, the monster truck Gravedigger.
Yeah.
It's right up the road from me, and they have this park. I think it's a different guy that owns that. No, I'm pretty sure that's the same guy. But they've got this big field that they turned into an arena type thing, and they just go up there, have all kind of I think it's called Muddy Motorsports or something like that. And they just have all kind of trucks come out and go mudding and stuff. And I guess they're putting on this giant Easter egg hunt. There's money in there and all kind of stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Hot Wheel figures of the Gravedigger, as far as little party gifts.
Probably. I don't know. I'd take money instead.
I would too.
Yeah.
Alpha Bear says, hey. Other Rob says, just chilling out, Bernie, waiting for spring. And Bernie says, same thing, man. We got a few more weeks of crappy weather, though. Yeah, so do we. And Kyle says, hello, Rob. Hey, Kyle.
What's up, worm farmer Kyle? You see that worm that he dug up in that video? It looked like a damn snake.
That thing was huge.
I don't think I've ever seen a worm that big.
Well, during the summer, if we get a really nice rainfall, a heavy one, they come up through the ground. You go walking along and you just pick them up, and they're that big. Let's see. Other Rob says, I hope things improve your way soon, Bernie. KDS says, I have a question. Do you guys wait till plants are certain size before putting them outside, or can they be put out when they are small?
I would say they could be put out when they're small, because some people put the seeds in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing you want to be careful for, though, is the smaller they are, the more of a shock they're going to take. If they go from a temperature-controlled house out into something that's bright sunlight and 80, 90 degrees, you can kind of shock them. So harden them off slowly but surely.
Yeah.
That would be my only thing, because I've put out, small plants. I never had an issue with them, and I've put out big ones and accidentally left them out there too long for the hardening process and come back and 3-4 of them were dead. So, yeah, make sure they're nice and watered. Not too cold, not too hot.
I take Kang's advice. I quit hardening off plants. I just take them out.
Paula says, as long as weather is good, they can go out anytime, I would think. Yep.
And how's it going, Susie and Gage and Joe? How y'all doing?
What's up, Kyle?
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Charles.
What's the Spencer planter box?
Oh my God, have you seen? Gage has got it pretty much down just like Spencer's. Oh my gosh, they're cool as hell. Just you look on the thread. The link, but they're just planter boxes, and then they use those like Rev uses those real heavy duty totes.
Yeah.
Tops, and put them in there, and then have it all so you do them, use them as planter boxes. It's really cool. But it was on. He was posting them on PLC. So Gage was kind of making his own.
What's up, Kyle? What's up, Bernie?
Gage says uses two 27-gallon totes from Costco.
Or your local box store. That's where I got mine.
Yeah, because I don't have a Costco anywhere near here.
Never seen a Costco.
I saw one in Georgia.
I don't live in Georgia.
Me either.
He must be longing for Georgia. He brings up Georgia a lot.
I know.
Oh, this time of year always. I'd rather be down there this time of year.
Why aren't you? You need like a summer or a winter house down there.
Well, boss offered to buy me a house down there if I moved down there. I should have taken him up on it. But, yeah, well. JDS says, oh yeah, he made some nice planters. Alpha
Yeah,
Bear
just look at
says,
that.
how's your day going? Mine's going all right, except it's been raining all day. But then again, the rain's melting the snow, so that helps.
I'm so sick of the rain. It's nonstop rain since like it turned fall. The swamps are higher than I've ever seen them before.
Mm.
Except after a hurricane.
So it makes me wonder with that snow that you got, I wonder how many of the snakes and reptilians got killed off during that.
Oh, none. They probably multiply even more now. Nothing kills those daggone things. What's up, Rose?
Russ is in the house.
How would anyone need so many boxes so they could make those Spencer planter boxes?
Uh,
I'm
speaking
looking
of,
at the. Sorry, I'm looking at the post now.
Pretty cool looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
You could do the same thing and then drill a hole through it, put a drain in there, and you can make that an aquaponic bed.
Huh.
Yeah, because that's, I mean, with the exception of those are like 27-gallon totes, I don't remember how many gallons they are, but those concrete mixing trays. And that's what I did, build a frame around them the same way he did. And that's how I built my aquaponic beds.
That's awesome looking.
Yeah.
Gage says, some of the Twisted Sunrise just went on my salmon burger. Cool.
We were just talking about that before we went live.
Mm-hmm.
Salmon burger. I haven't had a salmon burger and I don't know if I ever did have a salmon burger, but I haven't had salmon in a long time.
It's been like a year for me.
It's been like 20 years for me. Not since I worked somewhere where we cook salmon a lot. We'd make our own cheese sauce too. You know, like actual like bricks of cheese and milk and, you know, cook it down and stuff. And whenever we'd cook salmon or salmon cakes and stuff like that, I would take some of the salmon, throw it into a bowl, put some of that cheese sauce over top, mix it all up. Really good.
Yeah.
Add
Cool.
some Cajun seasoning to it.
Gage says, yeah, you could run hydro or soil in them or aquaponics.
Mm.
There you go, Rev. Paula says, I know it's not Tuesday, but I am craving tacos for dinner tonight.
Always craving tacos for dinner. Or breakfast or lunch or a snack.
Mr. Brando's in the house. Says, how's it going, everybody?
How's it going, Brando?
What's up, Brandon?
Well, I always, I shouldn't say always, but one of my goals in life is to be able to do the Buffalo Wild Wings Blazing Challenge. Well, Saturday I had a dozen wings. There was exactly half of it blazing sauce and half of it my sauce. And I hardly even noticed it.
Mm.
So I'm getting better at it.
You're ready, young Padawan. You're ready.
I just can't eat them fast enough, though.
Well,
I timed myself, and it was like 15 minutes to eat 12.
watch Chris's video and just keep watching over and over and over. You get the technique. I mean,
Yeah, shove it in, and
he's got it down to a science. Watch that, man. It's only 4 minutes, so you can watch
I
it
know.
6-7 times in a half an hour, and just get Russ's techniques down. Boom, you're done.
And that's what seeing Russ's name up there brought that back to me. I don't know how he got a dozen flipping wings in 4 minutes and that hot. It was probably Well, I think it was just short of 15 minutes that it took me to eat those 12. So I'm getting there though. JDS says hashtag Pepper Todd Rock or Pepper Pod Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Russ says, well, I need some of your sauce. My sauce? Whose sauce? What sauce?
Maybe he's talking to Charles.
He was probably talking to Charles, yeah. Kyle says, yeah, the B-Dubs wings aren't that hot. Well, yeah, but Kyle, look at the things that you've eaten over time, too. That's what I'm trying to get to. I want to be able to go in there, sit down, eat a dozen of them, and be like, yeah, okay, they weren't bad.
Oh, and hey, Susie Q. Wait, am I allowed to call you Susie Q?
What?
Susie.
I don't know. Just act like you're John Fogerty.
Yeah, we'll find out in a minute when she types in "never call me that."
Julian says those are big wings too. Yeah, strip the chicken off the bone. Alphabet says I had wiener schnitzel for my dinner.
That sounds good.
Wiener.
What's up, Corey?
Oh, man.
Brando says, don't know if it would be fair to take part in the wing challenge. We'll try it. I know they don't give prizes anymore, but still you get your name on or your picture on the wall, I think. If meal is free, of course, it would be fair, yeah. So Russ, is the meal free if you do it, or do you get any prizes anymore? Because I know they used to give you a t-shirt. Let's see, Russ says, yeah, Brando, you would eat them and ask for seconds. It might be a free meal, like other Rob is saying. Kyle says, no, Rob, you're eating hotter than meat. No, I'm not. Really? Well, maybe once in a while. Julian says it's time for the hashtag make Russ eat it challenge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, if they could come up with something hot for him. Because the crispy treat thing and the Brando chocolate things, those are fun.
Yeah. Yeah, he says they give you a shirt if they have any, but if not, they just give you meal comp.
That's better than a shirt.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah, I would like to have one of the shirts myself. Cal says, used to be free here, but so many people were doing it. He says, Russ, I'd rather have a free meal. Oh, yeah, and then, like you say, could I have another one, please?
I'd much rather have a free meal than have a shirt where I'd advertise for their company.
Well, yeah, it would be advertising for them, but I'd look at it as more of a trophy because not everybody can just go in and get one. You know, you got to have a challenge and a bit of a feat done.
You can if you just really don't care.
If you know the right people, if you're really close to the personnel at your local BW3s, I bet you they sneak you a shirt. Give them a 5 spot, they give you a shirt.
Yeah, Mankato is about, well, a little ways away from here, and they used to have 2 of them there. They closed one of them down, but that's beside the point.
I don't really ever go into BW3s anymore.
What are all these places you keep naming off?
The Buffalo Wild Wings is BW3s, or used to be, or I don't know, whatever they still may call it that. That's what I've been calling it for years.
Well,
Yeah.
Why 3?
Because
Go ahead, Rob.
Isn't it Buffalo Wild Wings? So wouldn't that be
and whack
what?
and WHACK
That makes sense. What the heck does that even mean?
That's why they're dropping it. That's why it's Buffalo Wild Wings.
There in the first place? That is stupid. Who the heck is their marketing guy? Jeez, oh man.
Like I say,
whack. What the heck?
Yep,
It needs
the
someone like
original
me.
one in
It needs someone like me that's just really cynical to be there on their board. Be like, oh wait, who came up with that? Mark, you're fired. And
yeah, the
whack. What does
original.
that mean? Like, wait, you whack someone upside the head or something, or what's going on here?
But yeah, the original one in Mankato, that's what their sign outside said: Buffalo Wild Wings and Whack.
Yeah.
I thought I remembered it say like Buffalo Wild Wings Bar and Grill or something.
Yeah, that's might be what they're changing it to now because they dropped the whack on it a few years back.
Oh no, I haven't seen a Buffalo Wild Wings since the '90s. We don't have one of those around here.
Yeah, there's one in Mankato that, yeah. That's where I get the sauce from. They sell the sauce.
You guys need a Quaker steak and lube.
From what I've been hearing, yeah.
Yeah, their triple atomic wings are hotter than the Blazing.
I've seen one of them before. I know my parents go there all the time.
The original one is in Sharon, PA, up across from Youngstown, Ohio.
Eric is in the house. Chris is in the house. Hope I didn't miss anybody else. In Georgia, they have the Wingstop. And used to go in there and get their spicy garlic. A little bit on the smaller side for the wings, but you know, you'd sit down and eat 20 of them and you're full.
Isn't that the one? I can't remember who one of the rappers owns it, isn't it? Like Juvenile or 50 Cent or something like that. Pretty sure that's one of them owns that. That's where I learned about the lemon pepper wings.
Oh yeah. That's down in Georgia, or Atlanta. It's I just watched that too.
Oh, it's that fake guy, Rick Ross.
Rick Ross, there it is.
Yeah, the guy who thinks he's the real Rick Ross, who got out of prison and sued him over the name and then lost for some weird reason.
Yeah.
The guy is definitely not Rick Ross.
Would you like to know why the BW3?
Go for it.
Okay, so when it was originally part of the name WECK, WECK, it was because it's beyond the wings and its dozen sauces. The restaurant served beef on WECK.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good name then. I'll go with that. Whack's stupid, but WECK is that's okay. I don't know what a WECK is, but yeah, I'll go with it.
A sandwich found primarily in Western New York. It's roast beef on a Kimmel WECK roll.
I approve of that.
It actually looks good, but apparently they don't do it anymore. So that's why they're dropping the WECK, because they only want to do chicken wings.
Lame. They should have kept the roast beef.
Well, they still do burgers and that kind of stuff, regular ones.
Yeah, but roast beef isn't a burger.
Good God, here we go again. We're going to be all hungry now.
Picture these huge wings smothered in a really tasty sauce. Just chomping them down.
But when you said roast beef, I was thinking of a roast beef dip. You know, au jus.
Oh, yeah. I go to Houston's because they have a French dip there. Of course, it's $18.95 for the sandwich, but it's worth it.
Jeez, oh man, you can buy like a steak and
it's prime rib
with that.
It's made with prime rib. It's all prime rib.
Oh, okay, that's better. I keep seeing brisket everywhere, and that just man, every time I see it, I just want to eat it.
Yeah, gotta make sure you get the horseradish.
Chris says they closed the original one and tore it down this year. I watched it all happen. You must be talking about the original BW.
No, he's talking about Quaker Steak and Lube. He lives up around that way. He's up around that way. That sucks. If I'd have known that, I'd have went up just for nostalgia because it's been, probably a couple decades since I was up there. We used to go up about once a month from Pittsburgh, if not twice.
Since I was looking up WECK and everything, hello, Chris and Eric. I want to say hello. Because I was looking up the definition of what the hell a WECK was.
Eric says, yeah, so you're fired, Rev. Kyle says, I had homemade biscuits with Tippett's jam. Which jam did you put on it? Other Rob says, a lot of my friends call me Bloom.
Yeah, that shouldn't be the one fired. That should be Rob. He's the one that said whack. I was just reacting to it.
Yeah.
If he'd have said whack, I'd have
I
been
can't
like,
deny that one. I was hoping you'd let it pass.
yeah, if he would have said whack, I'd have been like, wait a minute, what the heck's a whack? But he said whack, and I was like, no, we're not having this nonsense.
Yeah, 'cause when I started there when it was in the, I guess in one of the 90s or whatever, somewhere around there, and we used to always go do trivia because they had trivia over there by one of the universities or what have you, and just eat wings and do trivia with those little game console things you do. That's what we always used to do there.
I don't know. I don't remember where we were when I did that, but I remember doing that too.
Antonio. What's up, Antonio?
Hey, Antonio.
What's up, Antonio?
Let's see. Gage says, you guys are whack.
I'm not
true.
disputing
In and out,
that.
hitting the grill.
Yeah, I don't deny that.
Like whack is in like wiggly, wiggly, wiggly whack.
No, it's wiggity, wiggity, wiggity whack.
Oh, there you go. See, I'm so far out of the loop. Sorry, I'm old and white.
Hey, Aaron, how's it going?
I used to think we were the coolest thing when you can keep up with them with that song back in the day.
Hey, Aaron. Let's see.
What's up?
Kyle
man?
says, strawberry mango red ghost. It's by far the hottest he sent me. Love it. Okay, I don't think I need to try that one. I can't try that one. It's got strawberries in it.
Of course you need to try that one, Rob.
I'm allergic to strawberries.
Oh, crap. That's right. I forgot about that.
What are you just allergic to everything red?
Nope. Strawberries, tomatoes, oats, penicillin, and a couple of different types of mold, and I have hay fever. So there.
Oats. Good thing
Oh,
you're not
wait.
a horse, huh?
More.
Hey, Corey.
What's up, Aaron? Aaron Hernandez.
Corey says, blame it on Rev Toast TV. It's all your fault, Rev.
Yeah, I'll take
Corey
blame.
says so.
He'll take the blame.
Maybe you
Sure.
see, whatever is clever.
No,
That works.
scapegoat.
Let's see. Jimmy and Dane getting all kisses. All crisscross. Okay.
Crisscross. Make you want to jump.
Make you want to jump. Good God, now I have flashbacks.
I remember when that song came out. There was actually people in my school wearing their clothes backwards.
Oh my God, it became a fad.
Only for about a week.
Yeah. Some company actually tried making them where they look like they were reversed.
Eric says, Donkey, loving the Thursday show. Yeah, it's pretty good. Brando says, good grief, Rev. Don't know what that one's for, but okay.
Oh, it's probably for a lot of things.
Yeah. Eric says, can't watch live, but still watch the replay. Yeah, me too. I'm doing my own live thing at that time. Alpha Bear says, I'm allergic to honey. That sucks. I love honey.
Cross colors. Oh Lord. Sorry, I'm ahead of you. Julian had the album Crisscross.
I did too.
Yep.
I think I had it on CD. It was one of, I don't know, probably like the first 50 CDs that I actually had.
Yeah, I had it on tape.
Yeah, I had it on tape with me too.
I'm pretty sure I had it on CD. I can't remember.
Chris says, I think the stores in this area sells the atomic sauce and maybe the triple atomic too. They come in a big pill bottle with the waiver you sign at the restaurant.
They've done that since like, good God, even back in the 90s, they had them in those big pill bottles. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, when Man vs. Food did it, I remember him making a big deal about the waiver that he had to sign for him.
Yeah.
Eric says, yeah, then none of the guys could be. Julian says, remember the Bugs Bunny Looney Tunes shirts that had them dressed like that?
Yep.
Yep.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wow, I forgot all about them.
That says, be right back. Randall says, rob it for that attempt to say, oh, wiggity whack. Okay. Kyle says, who signed your hat, Dave?
That was Nick and Justin from the N&J Pepper Show.
And it says, my first CD was Vanilla Ice and MC Hammer.
Oh, good Lord.
Mine was that Nirvana album that wasn't good. I don't remember which one it was. It wasn't Nevermind. It wasn't In Utero. It was something Side. I don't remember which one it was. I remember I got it and I started listening to it and I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
I think when I made the transition over to, because I had, I don't know, hundreds of tapes, but when I made that transition over to CDs, I think the very first one, I think it was, I want to say it was Tupac that I switched, because I started switching them over. And it was funny because I'd have the tape and then the CD. But
the funniest part was a bunch of my friends were into having like real heavy bass in their vehicles. That's like right when that started getting big. And they actually had bass that was hitting so hard that they went back to tapes because the tapes wouldn't skip, but the CD players would.
Yeah, because the CD players. Yeah.
I was like, man, you guys are dumb, man.
Yep.
It's like, just go a little lighter on the bass, man. I'm not going back to tapes.
Because I had a bunch of tapes during that bass era, and then I went back to rock. I mean, I was in that bass head junkie movement or whatever for a while there. That was all the rage.
In the back of my Jeep Cherokee, I had 4 15s and 1,000 watts, 2 500-watt amps.
Nice.
Yeah, my friend's dad said that he could hear me from like 3 miles away. He's like, I could hear you for about 10 minutes before you got here.
That's how it was.
Chris says, if I see them in the store, I'll buy some and do a giveaway with them.
That's cool.
That would be cool, yeah. Alpha says, you can't touch this. I can't do the MC Hammer thing, so. Julian says, haha, they fixed that. I got a 15-inch and 1,000 watts in my trunk.
Look at Aaron's comment.
That's what I had. I had like an 84 Cavalier with more money in the stereo and the amp and the speaker than I did for the whole car.
Well, I mean,
it was freaking hysterical back in the day, seeing the like bumpers taped on and wired up, and they got like a $4,000 or $5,000 stereo. So it's like, really?
These days, I mean, they have to. I mean, if you ever, I mean, I still go back and look at this stuff, but you want a junker because you're going to lose your windshield. You're not going to have a rear view. Your doors are going to be falling off the hinges because they don't play around like we used to. They're in a different league of how much watts they have in these damn cars now. And then back in the day, if you hit 135, 145, you're doing good. Some of these damn cars hit 170 plus now.
Yeah.
So if you're doing 170 decibels in a car, it's a lot. I mean, I think what a damn jet engine's 119 or 109 or something like that. I mean, it's like it's just crazy how much the decibel level it is.
What annoyed me was I had those 415s and I had to have the back seat folded down and everything, so I didn't even have a back seat. It was like the entire trunk area was all these speakers, and it was just one gigantic box. And like the rear facing ones were only that far from the tailgate. I mean, it was like right there, so I could only haul one other person around with me. And then people would hop in my car and want to crank up the music and try to talk to me. I'm like, it's not gonna work, man. Like, I can't hear you. And they would do it all the time. And they'd be like talking to me, and I'd turn down the music, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I can't hear you. Like, I already can't hear you because I drive around like that when nobody's in the car." And fast forward 20 years, I can't hear a dang thing.
Adam's car, he's got a big system in the back. Well, his last car, and he was cranking it one day, and all of a sudden started hearing a strange vibration. Went out and looked, and the pressure actually blew the trunk lid out of its spot because it was pointing right at the back. It actually dented the trunk.
Oh yeah, because I mean, if you look at those competitions and stuff, I mean, the door is going like this on the side, and then when they go and they do their frontal by the windshield, the whole windshield is just doing this wave. You just see it going out like this, back and forth, like if it was a piece of plastic. And that's how it looks.
Yeah, see, Devin competes in those too.
Okay.
And I think his last score was like 141.
Yeah. I mean, but now they've had like I said, it gets super technical because now they go for hertz level. So they go and say, what hertz are you going to play at? As opposed to when we did it, is you just crank that crap. And then, you have your settings right. Now they dial in specific hertz so they know where you're hitting at that hertz level.
Yeah, the only thing I had close to that was looking at the mirror and seeing how much the mirror was vibrating. But I got out of that game as soon as, like, I had friends that were getting, like, I was only so loud, but I have friends that were way louder than me, and they're like, "You're going to need earplugs if you're going to ride in my car." I was like, "I'm out."
Well, for me, I mean, you look at these guys and they do these demos, and they don't have anything. And it just, and they're just, you could tell they're like, I don't know what they're trying to do, but I mean, maybe they're already deaf. I'm not sure, but they're like nothing. They're just sitting in the car doing all those demos that like for a minute or two or whatever it is with nothing, and they're like super loud. So, I mean, all I know is I got tinnitus out of the whole deal. So, I mean, I always have constant ringing.
Yeah, same here. And it's so quiet around here that if I don't have YouTube playing, I just sit here and hear ringing. Sucks.
In your right ear or left ear?
Both.
Both.
I get it in my right ear.
Mine's both.
I don't know. I should try that one day when it's all quiet. I'll just plug up one ear and see if one ear is louder than the other.
Yeah, I actually have damage in this right ear.
I mean, mine's a combination of things. I mean, that and, 20, 30 years or whatever of concerts, averaging 10 a year or more, more than half of it never using hearing protection, and then playing guitar and just cranking that up. So there's a lot of things.
Yeah, that, and I've been around guns since I was 3 days old.
Yeah.
And almost never wore ear protection.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in like competitions and stuff, like skeet and sporting clays and trap and all that stuff. So that didn't help any.
See, that's what finally did me in a few years ago. I mean, my cousin went out shooting, and I didn't have any ear protection in, and that kind of pushed it over the edge.
Oh yeah, at least put like headphones on or something, just something to muffle the noise.
Yeah.
Corey says 1996 Impala SS with 212s in the trunk was how I rolled, hitting that bass while drag racing at the drag strip was a blast. Alpha says make the car vibrate from the sound of the stereo. Yeah. And somebody said that gunshots are about 180-ish.
Yep.
I forget who it was. Julian says that's loud, man. Chris says the atomic sauce info is extremely hot. Guess must sign a release form. Gets its spiciness from dried Scotch bonnet peppers. Award winning. Okay. Julian says when you lose your rear view to your base, that has happened to Devin on a couple of occasions.
Yeah.
Also goes on to say, mine's in both steel shop working and loud radios and shooting. Alpha says gunshots.
Just
Just phase me. I don't need ear protection. Okay.
you will. That's what I thought for like 25 years. 15 years after that. Ouch.
Yeah. Ever since I started shooting, I've always worn hearing protection, and I was never into the really loud stereos.
I didn't. I was like him, man. I was like, nah, doesn't bother me at all. And here we are, a bunch of years later, and like I said, you sit in a quiet room and all you just hear is ringing. But I mean, if you look at it another way, you just pretend it's music, then you always have music on. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when we used to go hunting, waterfowl hunting, I don't think I would wear ear protection.
Oh yeah, well when I went hunting, I never wore ear protection, but even when I was at the range, and that's when you really need it because that's when you're shooting a lot. When you're hunting, it's usually like maybe 1 or 2 shots here and there kind of thing, but
Yeah, during hunting, I don't wear them, but any gun other than my 22 rifle, I have hearing protection on.
Unless you're with a lot of people with a bad shot for ducks or geese.
Yeah.
They just keep shooting because they don't know how far to lead. Anyway.
I seen Julian's comment, headphones are what cause it these days. The headphones even back in the day. Because I always, you got to have them big ones where the bass just like, boom. The deeper the decibel, it was, and that had a big part to play with me too. Yeah, headphones are very bad for ears in the long run.
Yeah, I was never into the really loud music. I mean, you look at my car, I've got dual 10s with I think it's 1,000-watt amp in it, but I've never had the volume over like 6 on a scale of, I don't know how high, but like a quarter turn. That's more than enough for me.
I knew I was out of the game. What the heck happened? I forget what the heck happened. Something happened where I switched vehicles. No, because I had a 10-inch sub in my other Dodge, but something happened. I just took it out and never put it back in. I think it's still in my garage actually. But then I got my new Dodge and a new Dodge. It's an 06. But that thing, it's really got nice speakers. Like you actually have some bass. I mean, it's not competition worthy or anything, but you can actually hear some bass in the door speakers. That was one well, that and my ears were starting to screw up by then, so I was like, all right, heck with this. But when it comes to the headphones, that thing, I usually like turn it down to where I almost can't hear what's good. Well, first off, I usually listen to podcasts, but I'll turn it down to where I can almost not hear it and then just bump it up just a little bit. And that's usually where I keep my headphones. Because I've noticed other people where you're like around them and you can hear their music from like 15 feet away. And it's like, dude, that is not good for your ears, man. Like, I get like zoning out listening to your music, but that's just a little overkill.
Yeah.
I only say that because, like I said, my ears ring now. I always thought they wouldn't because, they're like, oh, all these gunshots, they're going to make your ears ring. Like, I used to be a trap boy at a sporting clays range. And they would tell me the same thing. Like, you should wear ear protection when you get to be my age. You're going to have ringing in your ears. I'm like, that won't happen to me. And I'm not even at their age yet. And they were right.
Brendo says, I knew someone who had a Fiero with a big speaker in it.
Where'd they put it? In the front?
Yeah.
One of the engine in the back on those things?
All I know is fixing up cars, everybody just wanted the seats from the Fiero. Hell with the car. It was the only car in the 90s that had Recaros. So, when we're doing Volkswagens, we wanted to go and take the seats for the Fiero and use the Recaros out of it.
I always thought the Fieros looked really cool. I always wanted one, but my dad always was telling me like, oh, those things catch on fire all the time. So we had a neighbor that had one and it never caught on fire. And I was like, well, what the heck? When's it going to catch on fire, Dad?
Alpha says, well, there's a gun range close, and it's like music to his ears, something like that. It just went off the screen, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I love the gunshot sound, too. But
Joe's in the house. Joe S.
Hey, Joe.
Hey brother, what? Hope all is well. Everyone. Okay. Julian says I worked as an installer, did some awesome builds. Cool.
Cool.
Susie says one of my employees is 18 and he has massive headphones, his headgear, and every day he comes in with them blaring. I can hear exactly every word so loud. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Alpha says hearing the vibrations through the car and all the windows are up. Now that is bad, and I hate those people.
Yeah, I used to be that person, and I'm with you. I kind of don't like them. I'm like, man, I can't even listen to my podcast. These darn kids.
Yeah, we're to that era.
I
embrace it.
Well, I was in their shoes 20 years ago. So I know. I mean, I did it, so I was like, whatever.
Gage says, watch Crazy's video and Charles's Escaresco review today. Just had to try some again to remind myself of the flavors. Yeah, it's freaking hot.
Yeah, I do that from time to time too. I'll remind myself every time I do it, it's hot. That sauce is hot.
Joe says, hope everyone has a wonderful night. Stopping in for show support. I just put up this week's vlog last night. Week 68, it came out pretty good. H says, guess I should say rewatched. Yep. Julian says, Jesus, Joe. Susan says, take it easy, Joe. Haha, Jesus.
Yes.
Joe says, thank you, everyone. Awesome people here. I truly appreciate it. Well, Alpha says, darn kids, get off my lawn.
That's what I look like, man. You ever see that meme of John McCain saying that? You darn Tea Party Republicans, get off my lawn.
Jared's in the house. Hey, Jared.
Jared.
Oh, and back to the, me yelling at the kids, like, turn your music down. I do the same thing with diesel trucks. I'm like, geez, oh man, how loud do you need your vehicle? Meanwhile, I got a Flowmaster on mine. That thing's loud as heck.
You gotta have it loud, and you gotta roll cold, man. That's the way to go.
Yeah, I'm not into that roll coal thing. See, I learned too much about it, and when you see that happen, like that's gas or diesel fuel that's coming out, and like all I see is a waste of money. And that's how cheap I am. When I see people doing that, I'm like, oh man, like you could have burned that, man. You could have got like an extra 2 miles out of that truck.
Sure. You see who the person driving that, it answers your question.
Oh, my cousin that lived with me, that was his whole thing. He had a big old diesel, and he loved it. The first time I rode with him, he's like, check it out, watch out the mirror. And I'm looking in the mirror, and he just floored it. And that thing was really, really quick. I guess he put a fuel pin in there and, doubled the horsepower and everything. And same thing, just black smoke everywhere, to the point that the people behind us just almost came to a stop and just, let them go so that they could actually see.
Right.
Oh, man.
What's up, Jared?
So, should we talk about mail call?
No,
I was just going to say.
Let Dave talk first.
Well, we can do this first, and then that'll make me even more talkative, because I have a feeling this is going to get things flowing.
Yeah.
I know there's some people on here, they see my comments about revealing the name on here tonight, so.
We'll let you have the stage.
But I want to eat the jerk. I want to do what the mail call was. Sorry.
See, he says he's going to get flowing. He's already flowing.
I know, it's I'll shut up now.
Okay, you can talk. So what is in our today's mail call?
Everybody got there? I got jerky.
I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know what I got.
I got Crimson Blaze jerky from Mr. Rob Blumberg.
I got
And one piece is going to my wife, so I have to save a piece of this, but one piece is going into my mouth.
and I got 3 flavors of jerky. Thank you, Rob. I
West
appreciate
PA Pyro's in the house. Sorry, Charles. I haven't opened mine yet.
Oh,
Which
I
I'm
didn't
trying to
hear
do right now.
rules to not open it.
Huh?
I didn't hear there was rules not to open it.
I like to do openings of stuff that people send me.
Well, there you go. The floor is yours, sir. Open away.
Let's see. Rev, we always called that rolling coat when you. Okay, what that?
Yep. Roll call. Yeah, I especially hate it when I see them at like the drag strip, and you see them drag racing the diesels, and they just sit there and like just all that black smoke's going out where you can't even see the Christmas tree anymore.
Mhm.
I don't know. I guess it's a novelty thing, but it just seems kind of dumb. All I see is gas, diesel.
3 pieces or 3 bags with jerky in them, and I see one says Crimson Blaze. I can't tell what the other ones are.
Should be fajita and sweet chili.
Huh?
It should be fajita and sweet chili. No, Cajun. I'm sorry, Cajun and sweet chili.
And sweet chili. Okay, that makes sense then.
I was thinking about this. I'm sorry.
Other app says you should tomorrow. Brando, Rev, you should get it tomorrow too, unless of course it's in his hand.
Although I think I just mixed it up. I don't remember which side's which.
West PA Pyro says, other app just packed up your pepper butter tonight. So we'll be sending it tomorrow. Brando says, no biggie. So are we going to try this here?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Which one are you going to try, Rob?
The Cajun.
Wrong. You're going to try Crimson Blaze.
I'm going to start at the other end of the
This is on
spectrum.
the Monday live stream. We're not playing for him. We're doing his spice blend. Get the Cajun out of your head. Crimson Blaze.
Why can't I start on the low end?
No, we're past that crap. You just talked about, I'm on to the wing challenge thing. Hell with it. You're going full force right now.
I said I was getting there.
Well, you are after this. After you eat this Crimson Blaze jerky this weekend, you're going for the challenge. You're going to be sure. So this one.
Hey, Rob even said Crimson Blaze
Yeah, go for the Crimson Blaze.
in the chat.
Crimson Blaze.
That was so funny. Wrong.
I know. It was like wrong.
Mr. Bloomberg, thank you.
Are you eating it already?
Sorry. Mr. Bloomberg, sorry.
So did you get your Crimson Blaze?
It says Crimson Blaze on it. I'm only having a small piece.
Okay.
Come on, look how big
I
mine
know
is.
how hot this stuff is.
Well, it's not. It's not like it's like. I mean, there's a coating on it, but it's not like covered.
Depends on. Rob, how long did you let these marinate?
Dude, I'm already eating it.
Yeah, he is.
I think they're a small piece out.
This shit's good.
Okay.
What the heck was that, Rob?
What?
What was that? Just like
A
little
piece of
tiny,
the Crimson
tiny little
Blaze.
piece. You're like, look, I got this piece.
Yeah, that's a good enough taster. Mm.
There's codeine on it.
Ooh, extra buzz.
There's no more Crimson Blaze. Thank you, Rob.
Nice. I'm digging it.
I like it.
Yeah, the heat's just building.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Oh.
Oh, come on. You didn't even have a big piece.
I know this.
Hey, Rob, I had the whole bag.
Yeah, the heat's building. It's nice.
I wish I had some big pieces like Dave.
Okay, so he said the powder was put on right at or after marinating, right before dehydration. Cool. Gage, jerky, yes.
Hey, Rob, can I have more? Blumberg. You have any left?
Man, the overall flavor on this is phenomenal, but the heat is a little bit on the much side. So I see what you mean, Dave, about the blend of the Crimson Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
That has got some really nice flavor to it.
Well, why don't you try like a real piece now?
Why don't you just let me be? Oh. My tongue's going.
See, I
Right,
was
Allie.
talking to Blumberg yesterday, and he's like, dude, man, I had all this jerky, and it's like almost gone. I'm like, no crap, now I know why. It is gone. I don't have any more, Rob.
Rob, how much powder did you put on this?
Other Rob says, glad you guys like it. It has a little heart. You're all welcome.
A little hard.
Yeah, Susie says a little heart. Haha. Rob is smiling. Beatty says at Susie, laughing out loud, I heard the same thing when I was walking away to get a piece of the jerky. Okay, here comes the salivating.
My mouth's on fire.
Yeah, mine's going good too, but you've eaten a whole lot more than me.
Fix that.
I need, Rob, I need more.
Eric says, Blum, love making homemade jerky. Gage says, love jerky. I need to make some more. BD says, my letter you sent smelled like spicy jerky when I opened the mailbox. Yeah, it does. Interesting.
So, you and your friend going to make some more, Rob? Hopefully soon.
BD,
I'm starting to think that Rob just ate the Cajun.
No. Jared says any kind of jerky tends to disappear quickly around here. Yeah, here too. Other Rob says I was happy to share. I saved a little for myself, but wanted to share. There should be more eventually.
Good.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yes.
It's hot, but it's excellent.
Very good.
Alpha says I love homemade jerky. Other Rob says I used a good bit of powder on it. I coated the top of it. And Gage, you'll have some soon too. Yeah, that one of the local grocery stores here, they actually make turkey jerky in house, and it's really good. They make beef jerky too, but they dry it a little too far. Oh, okay. The heat's settling down on that finally. It was Cajun, Crimson Blaze. What was the other one?
Cajun, sweet chili, and Crimson Blaze.
Okay. It says, yeah. Russ says, good stuff.
Was good stuff. Thanks again, Rob.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. You got me lit up a little bit.
The sweet jelly's got a nice flavor to it too. I mean, its name fits. It is sweet.
Wait, you took a little tiny sliver of the Crimson Blaze and then you just jumped the Cajun?
Oh, the sweet one. The sweet chili. I want to try all three of them, and I wanted to start on the low end and work my way up, but you guys said I had to do the other one first.
It's in reverse.
This isn't Hot Ones.
It's reverse farming.
You ever see, I forget who the heck it was, the Hot Ones where whoever it was started at the other end and tried to go backwards? Who was that, Eddie Wong or?
Oh, God, who was that?
I can't remember who it was, but that was great. He made it like 2 wings.
Yeah, you don't start at the top end, and I was trying not to start at the top end, but
Okay, well, hurry up, eat your sweet chili, and then your Cajun, and then like take out that Crimson Blaze.
you know, I don't see you eating it.
He ate.
I haven't been stopping eating. I'm freaking crying over here.
I was gonna say, you don't see the welled up eyes and hear the snot.
I got snot on my shirt.
And then, like I said, I'm done. I want more.
I need a
It reminded me of my hamburger today. So I had a hamburger with Crimson Blaze and Mrs. Sunrise. So I was already keeping the momentum going. Thanks, Dave, for making such a wonderful creation.
Yeah. Glad to see the love of it being spread wide.
Now, speaking of creations, what would you like to talk about, Dave?
Good Lord. Give me a second.
Okay.
My tongue is hot right now.
You did a good job.
Yeah, I don't even think I use that much crimson in one set.
You only put it on one side.
It's good, that's for sure. Okay, so I know some of you people came on here, you wanted to know something. Now that I got like heat flaming through my, anyways. We are getting ready to launch into a new blend. And actually it's an old blend, but it's being resurrected. It's coming back. This was the original blend that years back I learned how to blend with. And the gentleman that actually taught me was Rich LaQuista. If you remember back in the day, he was Banana Man, then I think he was Midwest Gardening, and then he was gardening in Missouri. Rev, was that right?
Yep.
That order? Yep.
Oh,
I can never remember the order.
Yeah, I don't remember the first two, but I remember gardening in Missouri.
Yeah, it was Banana Man was way back when he first started. But those of you, if you don't know who Rich is, or if you don't know what his channel is still up and running, but Rich was a really good friend of mine. Really good friend. I've known him for, man. I think we first started hooking up on YouTube, I want to say somewhere between 5 and 6 years ago. Pretty much just before I started hooking up with Rev. Rich was killed in a motorcycle accident back in January 27th.
Yeah, like the day after his last video came out, which was Dave's Crimson Blaze chips, where he ate all 5 at one shot.
Yep, literally. He did the chips on a Thursday night. I was on the phone with him Friday morning. Saturday is when he was in the wreck. It was a motorcycle wreck. So I was pretty tore up. But after talking with his wife, we've been kind of going back and forth, and we decided we were going to resurrect the original blend that he worked with me on. The first year I actually started doing blends, messing around with powders, period. He ended up sending me this big, huge freaking box of dried peppers that he had and then went with that. He had them all labeled, and then he would text with me, like, all right, this one here, try it with this. And then he would tell me, you catch that flavor, blah, 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 or that heat. I mean, it was actually kind of cool. Everybody thinks doing powders, you just dehydrate a bunch of peppers and throw them together. Well, if you want to actually try to get some flavoring. So, but we are resurrecting that blend, and it has his Dick's Boog Lacrosse in it. His wife is gracious enough to make sure I get what she has at her house of those dried pods. I am also growing that this year, and you better believe we're going to grow the heck out of that this year. And his new one, Devil's Fire, in that blend. But this blend, we are resurrecting it. We're going to be coming back out with it here, hopefully in the next few weeks. And the name we have given it was Laquista Resurrected. We figured I wanted to call it Laquista, but we're kind of doing this as like an honor thing and keeping his spirit alive and his memory. He was just an awesome dude. Chili Head, he was the first true Chili Head I ever really got to know. But that's what's going on with it. Laquista Resurrected. Look for it soon, hopefully. And if you haven't checked his channel out, go check it out. I actually have some of his videos posted on my channel now. Yeah, see, Rob? Yeah. Yeah, January 27th was the day of the accident. And honestly, we are going to not this run, but once we get, because I actually had to buy the peppers for this because I didn't have any. 'Tis the season, but a local business helped make this happen. They pitched in half because I made them the blend for their wing sauce. So, and I kept the other, and I actually kept the other half so that way I could get it out there. And where was I going with this? I can't remember. I was talking when I actually have it in the fall, wasn't I?
You were talking about the first run.
Yeah, because this is the first run. And once we actually have it going come fall from my peppers, and that's the beauty of this one. I know the company that we got the peppers from, I can actually go to them anytime. So if something happens, if I run out from my stuff, or just they don't produce real well, then I know I can go actually get this. So this one should never disappear, which is also the other beautiful part of it, is being it, what it is and what it's created for. It should never disappear off our, I may sell out and then have to scramble to get some more, but if I'm prepared and organized, we should be able to keep it just nonstop. So. But once we get to a certain point with it and we see how this takes off, we're contemplating, and we haven't told his wife yet, but we're contemplating taking like $1 or $1.50 per sale and putting it into a college fund for his oldest daughter, who he was extremely proud of because she was taking up his mantle of cooking. He loved to cook, and she's becoming very good at it. So that's it. Yes, it will be for purchase, Russ. Once we are doing this one right, we're taking our time. You guys are actually the first ones to actually hear full blown about this. On Facebook, I've been the last few days, I've been dropping a couple little hints here and there. But I have not. This is the first time I'm actually saying all this and even talking about Rich publicly, because I couldn't for the longest time. So. But yeah, you guys are the first to actually hear about this and know about it full blown. So,
and it's going to be in the shaken bottles, like the other.
Yes, it will be in the 1 ounce shake bottles. We may actually have some of the 2 ounce bottles available too. We haven't decided yet.
Like Susie says, I'll take 10 once it's for sale. Good cause. Other says I would be honored to, and Joe says I need a few bottles. Julie, dope me into.
Yeah.
Susie, hey Dave, good for you. Must be hard. Yep.
Yeah.
And Russ, thank you for telling us. Susie says, but you're doing a good thing. So, this first round, how many bottles do you think you may be able to pull out of it?
70 of them. If I just do 1 ounces.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll be a limited run for 70, and just with the people in the chat right now, you could sell it all out right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I got to take the time to get out to the kitchen because, you know, I mean, I can't make this. I can't make it at home until West Virginia finally passes that stupid law. Freaking cottage law. They just refuse to call it that. They got to give all these fancy little terms and say this, and it's sitting on the governor's desk. We're waiting. But everything else, I still have to do my like I told you guys last week, I still have to do my manufacturer's license because we'll be selling through a store. And so I still have to go through all that process and yada, yada, yada. But man, if I wasn't doing that, I think I would still go out to the kitchen just because there's way more space out at the kitchen to do stuff. But I could do the small batch limited releases right here, but you know.
You saw this weekend how well it went over the kitchen.
Yeah.
So if you saw Dave almost kill himself, and looked like he was suffering and in pain, and how well that went.
And that was opening 1 jar of one of the peppers. It just blasted me right in the face. And then as I kept grinding and mixing and all that, it just the mask did not work real well. And I keep saying I had an exhaust fan in. I took a freaking box fan and put it in the window.
Get a ventilator like the auto parts or auto body guys use for painting. That's what I use, and it works just beautifully.
Well, and my father-in-law has one, but it was at his house. So I used one of them wasn't the cheapy paper ones. It was the paper one with the little ventilator thing in it.
Yeah.
It was all I had at the house because I was like, crap. The good one's at his house.
What you need is one of those chambers like on maybe The Rock. And they were doing that in the FBI area, and they had to go and get all the gas out real quick. That's what you need.
Yeah.
To back the whole thing like in seconds. What's up, Scott? How's it going? Jared, I saw you had a good time at the Craft Beer Fest. Sounds good. I'm waiting for ours.
Okay. Second piece of Crimson Blaze one had more on it.
Second piece.
Hey, Scott.
Oh, hey, Anthony. How's it going? Got a bunny. Sorry.
What's up, Anthony and Scott? And Susie Q. She never responded, so I assume that means it's all good to call her that.
Yeah, Jared, those pictures were compliments of my wife. I didn't realize she was in there snapping pictures of me. Until I looked up and I had that look like, really?
Well, that's what you do. When you have fails in life, you have someone make sure that you never forget it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In my life, that's me. Just wait for my video tomorrow.
That's what my daughter did last year when I tried Arthur Wayne's XXX Reaper sauce or whatever. Holy crap, that thing had me on the ground. She grabbed my phone and took this picture real quick. She said, "Here, post that, Dad."
Susie, there's only one Susie.
Yeah.
There's a Susan, but we call her the Queen.
Yeah.
Queen of the PVC. Ears are popping.
Yeah, I thought that first piece of the Crimson Blaze wasn't as hot as I was expecting. And another piece.
Just eat the rest of it.
It's at least twice as hot as the first one.
You all right?
Huh?
You all right?
Oh yeah. Might have to go get a piece of cheese, but yeah.
There's only
And then as a Padawan learner, you're going to have to build up your tolerance a little bit more. You're not
Yep.
ready for the Buffalo Challenge yet.
Oh no, I know I'm not. I'm just saying I'm getting there though.
Getting there. So maybe by next month. Let's go. Let's shoot for end of April, May.
well, Rob, you said there was only Crimson Blaze on the one side, so only eat the one side.
It was a little bit thicker. My meat slicer could slice it, but this was sliced with the meat slicer, so I don't think I could get it cut in half. Cut my fingers off. Susie says, "Oh, LOL, haha, yeah. Susie Q is good. My nickname is Q."
Yeah.
It is now.
So Katie is now Q.
Look cute.
So Q says, "Charles," smiley faces, and then enough. Yeah.
I try. I try to make people have smiley faces.
I'll keep making those sauces like you are, and you won't have an issue.
Yep.
Yep. Other odd, this jerky is very good. Very good indeed.
Prove it by eating the rest of that Crimson Blaze.
You
How
know,
do
Rob
you get over the last piece?
Blumberg. You know it's good when you break Rob. You broke him, so now it's good.
At least put me neutral for a little bit.
You're broke, sir.
Yeah, probably. I'm not even sure I have a piece of cheese in the fridge.
Oh, you may be SOL then.
I wasn't planning on eating anything overly hot this evening.
I think I have cheese in the fridge. I'm not going to go get it.
I have some cheese. I have some Swiss and Gouda.
Other Rob says, "You're welcome, Rob." Smiley face, thumbs up.
He's glad he could be obliged.
A lot of people are on here too. JDS is doing a giveaway for a pH meter and seeds. So if you go and look on today's post, the JDS posted up there, you go and guess how many plants he's growing this year from 1 to 100. And then he's going to pick a winner for who's the closest or who actually gets the number of plants that he's growing. And you get the pH meter and a seed packs. So check that out on PLC.
Q says, "Neutral," laughing out loud. "You look like you're going in reverse." Other Rob says, "Just write it out, Rob."
Exactly. Just toss it all in your mouth, chew it all up, ride it out.
It's a fun ride. We promise.
The funny thing is, after eating the Crimson Blaze, the sweet chili tastes hot. I know it's not, but it tastes like it is.
Scott says, "Yeah, me too. Been a long day. Went in at 6 a.m. Got off at 7 p.m. Anthony." Alpha says, "I can't have anything hot. It sucks badly." Yeah, that sucks.
You can.
I like my hot stuff.
Yeah,
I've
that
had
was
it many times. I had acid reflux and bleeding ulcers, and I started eating hot stuff, and gone. It just went away. Not only that, but the more hot things you eat, the higher your tolerance goes up. I used to not be able to go to the local restaurant that's closed now and get their stuffed jalapenos. I'd be able to eat like 1/2 of a jalapeno, and it took me like 5 minutes. Now look at me.
I got a place in Scorpion Tails, which is shrimp wrapped in cheese, stuffed in jalapeno, deep fried. Those are good.
Huh.
I bet that would be good if you baked them.
Good. But everything's better fried, at least for me.
Yeah, I'm more of a baked or broiled kind of person than fried.
I'm here in
I'll be back
Texas.
in a minute.
I like fried stuff, but like my least favorite shrimp is fried shrimp. I'd rather have scampi, broiled, steamed, you name it. And then the very end of the list is fried. I like it, but it's just at the very bottom of my list. Like poppers, any kind of poppers, I'd rather have them baked.
Okay.
I just feel like the deep frying takes away a lot of the heat.
Well, half the time with poppers, they freaking core everything out of them.
Yep.
They get rid of all the heat. We had friends over. They made the jalapeno poppers, and I'm like, you should be ashamed to call those this. It's like it's jalapenos, but you cut everything out of them. What's wrong with you? There should be at least a little heat.
Yeah.
An alphabet, yeah, it feels like my mouth's in lava if I eat anything hot. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, I'm sure if like I breathed on you right now, you'd probably be like, "Oh my God, my face is on fire." But it's just something you get used to.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could barely handle a jalapeno like, what, 4 years ago? And then 2 years ago, I tasted every single pepper I grew. With one unsuccessful attempt. Well, technically, I got it down.
And yes, Rob Blumberg, we're praying for Rob. He's broke.
Yeah, he's off getting cheese, chugging milk.
He's finding whatever he needs to make him feel better. After like a couple little slivers of jerky. Oh,
I
good.
believe it took such a small piece.
No. Come on, man. We can't give him a hard time.
Sure we can. This is that guy that ate a chocolate bootla.
I agree with BD. I bet habanero poppers would be good.
Yeah, I really like the flavor of jalapenos.
I honestly have never tried a jalapeno until, was it last year or the year before? I think it was 2 summers ago.
I finally got some sriracha factory peppers ripening. They're finally turning red after I can't tell you how long. They take a really long time to get red.
Mm.
So finally I got some of those. And then my purple ghost scorpion's doing pretty good inside the tent. And that one was pretty painful for me when I ate that half on the live stream a couple weeks ago. That one did a number on me.
Like Eric said, I make bacon wrapped jalapenos. He cores them, stuffs them with cream cheese, wrap them in bacon, and then stuffs them with chopped habaneros.
Yeah, the cream cheese is loaded with chopped. That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
The
Brandon.
only problem with if you buy store-bought jalapenos is a lot of times they must water them a lot because you get them and they just have no heat whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then out of the blue, you'll have that one where it's like, whoa, is that a jalapeno or a habanero? Ooh, sauerkraut.
I'm not going scorpion popper. Hell with that.
That would be good.
You back?
Yep.
Fixed?
No cheese, no milk, no yogurt, nothing dairy in my fridge at all.
Some Tito's with ahi lemon drop.
I don't have any. Well, I don't have any Tostitos.
That's the best. I mean, that's kind of the thing, kind of like how they say you can fix a hangover, just drink more alcohol. Same thing with the chili stuff. Just keep eating more hot stuff.
That's right, little hair of the dog.
Actually, that theory works out pretty well because in the shop they do the scorpion powder and pizza and stuff. And if it gets too hot, they go grab one of the sauce packets from like KFC or whatever. We have a whole assortment of them. And they'll take one of the hot ones, squirt the whole thing in their mouth, coat their mouth with it, and it makes the heat go away. It's like it brings it down to the level of the new stuff.
And Alphaberry said, I haven't even had a jalapeno. If you ever want to try them, do the cream cheese stuffed and then wrap them in bacon. Because the cheese will kind of neutralize the heat for you, and might still be hot for you, but cheese should neutralize it. My dad eats them. He hates hot stuff.
I can't even have it. Alpha, what happens when you have something hot? Without getting too graphic.
He said his mouth feels like it's has lava in it. And I said, okay. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to feel like.
Yeah, he really did. He goes, well, that's what it's supposed to feel like.
Let's see. Judy says, green bell peppers, Brando. Okay. Russ says, hair of the dog. Eric says, I also smoke them so that cheese doesn't run everywhere.
That would be amazing.
That sounds good. Sauerkraut is amazing with summer sausage. Yes, it is.
Sauerkraut's great with anything.
Right.
Mashed potatoes,
and
pork loin, pork chops.
I love sauerkraut. Let's see. Q says, Russ, I'm drinking some hair of the dog right now.
Yeah, what you got there, Q?
Other Rob says, hashtag bicycle bootleg pepper challenge for Kyle. Yeah. I still want to see that one.
I'm telling you, nobody's ever done that. You'll have a first. Just like me with my mobile hot sauce tasting.
Hey, Patrice is in the house. Hey, Patrice.
Hey, Patrice.
Yeah, you definitely had to be the first with that.
Patrice, you're a little late.
We're not trying to get Todd to eat a pepper. He got some Crimson Blaze beef jerky, and we all ate ours, and he's just over there taking little tiny niblets of it and then looking for cheese in the fridge.
Yeah. Yeah. Other Rob says, he said he wants to do the bicycle bootleg challenge. Laughing out loud, Alpha says, I love grilled shrimp. I like them deep fried myself.
I love grilled shrimp, sauteed shrimp, baked shrimp, steamed shrimp, shrimp gumbo, shrimp kebab.
Oh, knew it was coming.
Okay, third pizza Crimson Blaze in. Let's see if I can.
Ooh, man.
Listen there. Spirit says, haha, my buddy ate one of those ghost pepper chocolates the other day too, and he was miserable. I ate one and thought it was great. He said I was crazy. Most people will think that most people in this group are crazy with things we eat. Patrice is asking, what is the bicycle bootleg challenge? Haha.
That's something for Kyle to find out shortly.
Anthony says, Other Rob, I see you have been doing some good fishing. Thanks, Anthony. I try to stay on them. It has been picking up recently. Cool. Pieces projects. I can't handle too much heat. Hey, she's in the same boat as me. Bicycle bootleg, says Brando. Alpha says, a shrimp feast. Dee says, shrimp and brats? Shrimp flavored shrimp?
Shrimp and grits.
Yep.
Oh, grits. Okay.
It's a southern thing. Yeah, actually, I'm just now getting back to liking shrimp. Because me and my brother-in-law went out and we were shrimping for a while. He bought a shrimp net. We went out and were catching shrimp. And like one time we caught like 50 pounds of shrimp. And my mom made shrimp anything. You name it. Shrimp fajitas, shrimp tacos, shrimp this, shrimp that. We had shrimp so much, I was like, I never want to have shrimp again. Do not serve shrimp for any kind of dinner ever again. And it took me like 2 or 3 years. And now I'm like, okay, no, I can eat some shrimp now. But it's just we had so much of it. I mean, we got 50 pounds at one day. We went out like 3 days before that, got like 25 pounds. I mean, we just had pounds and pounds. We'd have so much. He'd come back to my house. And he'd be like, "How much do you want?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I just grab the biggest container I had, and we just fill that whole thing up. And I just take it in and freeze half of it. And
that Crimson Blaze is so good on everything. Well, this is my first time tasting the Crimson Blaze.
yeah, especially beef jerky, huh, Rob?
Yeah. Q says, had stomach pains the other day. Boss said, I can't believe you even have a stomach left from all the hot sauce you eat. People just don't understand the benefits of peppers. Other Rob says, I love shrimp. And Alpha says, shrimp bread. Oh, breaded shrimp. Okay.
I love shrimp too for the longest time, but I'll tell you what, you eat it every single day for about 5 weeks straight. Yeah, you'll want to put it down for a while.
I think anything do that long.
Well, I've been eating pretty much chicken thighs every single night for about 8 months now. But I mix it up. I'll put Crimson Blaze on there. I'll put some habanero hot sauce on there. I'll put lemon pepper on there. You know, just mix it up. I don't know.
You'd think eventually you'd be like, okay, I'm tired of chicken.
You would think so, but it hasn't happened yet. I think it's because I'm so cheap, and so is chicken thighs.
Yeah.
My last girlfriend, her father was a hunter, and the whole family was. And she would eat venison just about every night of the week for like 5-6 years, to the point where she can't stand even the smell of venison cooking anymore.
Yeah, it's me. I don't mind jerky or deer sticks or stuff like that, but as far as like deer steak, nope, never want to have it again. I grew up on that stuff. We like to the point where people would say like, we had steak last night, and I'm like, so did we. Well, they had beef and we had deer. Or like an entire month, my dad shot a bear, and for an entire month we ate bear every single day. But I mean, I just can't stand deer anymore. I've had way more than most people I know that are hunters.
Yeah. I have about 40 pounds of venison in my freezer downstairs, another 5-6 pound roast up here.
I quit hunting deer because I don't want to eat it. The last like 3 deer I shot, I ended up giving them all away, the entire thing.
Oh.
And actually, the last deer I shot in Pennsylvania, I took it to, by this point, my dad actually had a butcher. We always did it ourselves, but he actually had a butcher. It was a pig farmer. I took it to him, and I was like, just make deer sticks out of the entire thing.
Yep.
Which I'm sure they took garbage meat from all the other deer and then gave me that amount of meat back. And then took all the good cuts, held on to that stuff, but I didn't care. Those deer sticks are amazing. They make them with because the deer's so lean, they got to put pig fat in there. Really good. Oh yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I got, I think 6 or 7 venison sticks in my freezer up here yet. I've been savoring them. I am so far behind in the chat.
And Q says deer meat's so lean, good for you, and she's got some venison in the freezer, and moose, elk, and bison. Elk is amazing.
Elk is awesome. I do.
Yeah,
So is moose and bison, but so is caribou. Oh my God. Everybody talked about how bloody it was. Oh no, it's perfect.
I was talking to Blumberg about that yesterday because, I mean, whenever I can get elk jerky or anything else, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people I know used to, not just elk, but a lot of things. They had places in Alaska or wherever else, and always bringing different meats and stuff down.
Yeah, I agree with Patrice. I like deer too, but elk after we got spoiled off it when friends brought it to us a couple years ago.
Yeah, for like, I don't know, 30 years, my dad went elk hunting in Colorado every single year. Which was kind of funny because he'd go to Colorado to go hunting, and my mom and the kid, me and my sister, we'd all take off and go places. Like we'd go to Baltimore and visit the aquarium, or we'd go to like Myrtle Beach, or we'd go to, up in Sandusky and hit like SeaWorld and Geauga Lake and Cedar Point and stuff. But we won on the whole deal, because then, if my dad got lucky, then we'd have elk for like months.
All right, I'll be back.
Alpha says he's gonna stick with chicken and cow beef. I'll tell you what, man. Growing up on all this wild game, beef is like most people talk about deer. That's how I talk about beef. Like, what? You're gonna have like a porterhouse or like a T-bone or a sirloin? I get all excited about that.
You haven't lived till you tried porcupine, though. And yes, that's a joke.
Yeah, I never had porcupine.
It tastes good and all, but it's a pain in the backside to prep.
Actually, no, I bet you I have had porcupine. I've had just about everything. Like growing up, with my dad being so active in hunting and stuff, we went to like 10, 12, 15 game dinners a year. They had everything. I had baboon liver. I've had like just the craziest stuff you've ever even heard of. Everybody's like, "Oh, did you ever have rattlesnake?" Yeah, I had rattlesnake like hundreds of times. My dad would kill them and bring them home and then cook them. It wasn't even like at a game dinner.
You could go in your backyard and catch snakes and eat those.
Heck with that. Just shoot them and let them lie. Throw them back in the swamp. How is elk compared to deer? It's kind of like deer, but tastes a lot better and way, way more lean. Beef tenderloin is awesome. See how excited I get? Any kind of beef. How's baboon? It wasn't bad. It wasn't that great, but it wasn't bad. And Q says that elk is gamey. I didn't think it was gamey at all. Deer kind of tastes gamey, but I didn't think elk was gamey at all. It just tasted like really, really lean beef. Like the best cut of beef with no fat. And just a slightly different taste.
I think I just got an endorphin rush.
Huh?
The jerky?
I think I just got an endorphin rush from the jerky.
See what
All
would
of a
have
sudden,
happened
I
if
feel
you'd
like
have
I've
eaten
been
the
drinking
whole
for hours.
See what would have happened if you'd have eaten the whole thing?
I've probably gone through half the pack, or over half the pack.
That's it.
You just touch. I'm not at your level, and you know it, so...
You ate a bootla. I didn't eat a bootla.
Yeah, I didn't eat a boot.
Yeah, and you saw what that bootleg did to me, too.
Yeah, you handled it like a champ. It was great.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, not even close. I think at least the Crimson Blaze tastes hot. That bootleg, it was just sheer pain. That was it. Just a question. What is a tour comfort food?
Your?
Who wrote that?
I don't know. Been trying to find that.
No clue.
I don't know. How about mashed potatoes with chili over top of it? Or mashed potatoes with sauerkraut?
Actually, those don't go all that great together.
Yes, they do. They really go together. I didn't think chili and mashed potatoes would go good together. My buddy told me about it, and I tried it, and it's amazing.
I mean, well, that I can understand. The sauerkraut and mashed potatoes doesn't.
Yes, it does. Every single New Year's Day, it has gone together. And pork loin, and black-eyed peas, and applesauce. Yeah, German represent.
Yeah, the chili I can understand over mashed potatoes because I make this hamburger gravy stuff that I put over mashed potatoes. And it's very similar to a real thick chili.
Sauerkraut works great. Get that sauerkraut juice and put it like do the little like indentation thing in the middle of the mashed potatoes, and then put some of that sauerkraut juice right in there. Awesome.
Ah, Freaky's in the house. Hey, Freaky.
So free.
Q says German, represent.
Yeah, and mashed potatoes and anything. Absolutely.
Alpha says, mine is the little dill pickles.
Yeah, I like any kind of pickles. Bread and butter, dill pickles, kosher dill, hamburger dill.
I don't like bread and butter. Those are the only pickles I don't like.
If you like pickles enough, you'll learn to like bread and butter. That's how
I
I
have a
did.
jar sitting in my fridge that's been in there for a couple years. I don't like bread and butter pickles.
Just got to get on it. I hated them too. I like pickles so much that I made myself like them.
I don't like pickles. I just like bread and butter.
Have you ever had pickled watermelon rind or rinds?
No.
No.
Take the watermelon, carve off all the red from it, and then peel the outside, chop it into little pieces, and then pickle it. Really? Yep. Dave, you just made us out again.
Do I?
Somebody just made us out again. The reverb is back.
Oh.
I didn't change anything. I promise.
Yeah, it was when Dave started moving the computer again.
Oh. Well, I think
now.
I finally figured out my computer, after having it for a long time. The microphone is right next to the camera, so when I tipped it forward a little more earlier, that's exactly what it was.
I think I read something about comfort foods. It's what fills you up and tastes good. Okay. Gage there's agreed. Pickles are awesome, especially when they're hot.
Yeah, and if you like pickles, try pickled beans. That's great.
Pickled what?
Green beans.
This year, Rob Z is going to have Crimson Blaze pickles. So that's what he's moving towards. Crimson. Well, you just said your exact words were pickles are great, especially when they're hot. So that's hot.
Wait till you try to look Waster Resurrected. And then make your judgment.
I still have a whole bunch of the Pickers Gills orange pickles in my fridge. Gage says pickled asparagus is money too. Yeah, my sister makes those. Every year somebody brings her just pounds and pounds and pounds of it. And last year they did 56 quart jars of it. And they ate it so much that all those jars didn't even last halfway into the summer. I've never had a pickled bean though.
Maybe this year.
Pickled beans are great in Caesars.
And must be talking like the long green beans, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not like a little pimento bean or whatever you call those beans.
I don't know. I've never had pickled beans.
Neither have I. Let's see. Patrice says, I have had pickled watermelon rinds in my Japanese, and my Japanese mom made them mild, then put a little soy sauce when she served it. I liked it. Yeah, a friend of mine in Georgia makes them, and my grandmother used to make them. I correct myself. Thought I had a jar left, but I ate them. Other app says I plan to pickle more peppers this year because I love them. Cool. Paula says I pickled beans last year. Good and Bloody Marys. He says, yeah, Caesar is the Canadian version, better version of a Bloody Mary.
Huh.
Oh, I always thought you were talking Caesar salad.
There's multiple people saying that these pickled beans are good in Bloody Marys. So if you're a Bloody Mary connoisseur, you need pickled beans.
Oh, Bloody Mary, Anthony says. Julian says pickled pinto beans would be different. Ooh, I don't know about that. Pickled curry cauliflower is great too. I'm not a fan of cauliflower, but I like cabbage, but not cooked, only raw. People take shots of pickle juice, and I don't know why they do that. Anyone in chat? Yeah, it tastes good. Anytime I finish off the pickles in a jar, I take the brine and pour it into a sealable cup or bottle, and I'll just go by and drink a couple.
Yeah, they actually do say the juice is good for you.
Yeah. My sister, if she could buy quart jars of pickle brine, she would. She loves it. Q says Tabasco, Worcestershire, and tomato juice and vodka. Well, that's what Caesar must be. Gage says anything pickled is good in Bloody Marys. I put pickled juice in mine. Yep. She says Rip. That sounds good. Vicky says Alpha Bear. Apparently the juice is good for you. It is. Gage says was so good. Had it last week. Julian says great for hangovers. Gage says picklebacks. A shot of whiskey chased by pickle juice. Try it. Well, that sounds weird. Sounds interesting, but it sounds weird. Russ says agreed, Julian. Pepper Queen is in the house.
Susan.
Hello, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
Rev's off. He'll come back eventually. Alpha says, I need to fix my name tomorrow and chat. You can just must be call me Alpha. Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I've been doing. Everybody's saying hi, Susan. Susan's saying back. Except she skipped us again.
Well, we're lumped in with everyone.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't count. I thought it was Alpha spelled like I would spell it. Alpha, why can't you fix it now? Anthony says, hey, Susan. Kate says, hi, Susan. Thanks. It was a fun project. All the endorphin rush is wearing off, and I'm feeling cold. You guys so far outclass me in hot stuff, I tell you. Susan says it turned out really well.
It's not outlasting. It's just you do it.
Outclass, not last.
Okay, well, not outclass. You just do it.
Do you have any more, Rob?
Any more which?
Oh, you know he does. He still has like 3/4 of his bag.
There you go. Pop
That's
another.
not even half of it.
Pop another piece. You're gonna build your tolerance.
Huh?
You're gonna build your tolerance today. You're starting today.
Well, I've been building my tolerance.
No, well then you're doing.
I can prove it.
Yeah, you're doing it
First
wrong.
time I had these.
wrong. Cheetos. That ain't hot. Oh my!
You let me
In a
finish.
bag like that is hot.
Will you let me finish? First time I could eat 2 or 3 of them, and then I'd have to go running for the milk. In the last 2 days, I've eaten half a bag of it and quit eating them because they tasted bland. So there's proof positive that my tolerance is definitely going up.
Well, first, I would say that those Cheetos are not hot to begin with.
Yeah. That's like saying the spicy jerky at the checkout aisle is hot.
Ah,
Nothing you can buy at the store except for like real peppers are hot. They just give you heartburn. That's all it does.
Rob,
to
I'm
me.
laughing with you, not at you, but
oh, you're laughing at me outright.
I'm
try to
laughing.
triple X flaming.
What?
Try to triple X flaming.
Yeah. But serious question, have you tried those hot chili Doritos? Oh man, are they hot?
I have a bag of them upstairs.
They're still there because they're so hot, huh?
I ate about half the bag last night.
Which one is this? Sweet chili?
No,
Yeah.
the whatever. that
What
one's
is
are.
it? Sweet chili heat, the purple bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good, but they're not hot.
Well, you're missing out if you don't get the Tapatio.
I haven't even seen them.
That's the best one.
Yeah, I haven't even seen them.
Hell with the Blaze. The Blaze suck.
I actually like the Blaze, the flavor, anyways.
Well, it's got that lime type flavor to it. That kind of throws me.
They tasted like ass to me.
Actually, I really like them, but I add powder to them though. So,
Well, I mean, if I'm going to do that, I'll get the toasted corn chips and put my own powder on them.
yeah,
I mean,
I just like that tanginess of the Blaze. That jalapeno flavor kind of comes through too.
to me, it's like some kind of funky flavor. I don't like it at all.
I actually really like the spicy nacho. Just the regular Dorito spicy nacho.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no real like, I wouldn't say there's heat to them, but I really like the flavor of those ones.
Yeah. And you
Yeah,
do like Scoville did, and then start throwing bags of powder in there.
Oh, geez. He did that with those roulettes.
We had the Blaze Doritos upstairs, these Cheetos here, and both of them, they got a little bit of heat, but not much to them. What I had on my wings Saturday night would have put me out, however many years ago. Have you tried the spicy chicken Mr. Noodles?
I don't think I've ever heard of Mr.
Hold
Noodles.
on. I
Is
got
that the latest challenge noodle thing?
Hold on. This is what I'm.
Yeah, I don't want to be a dick, but if you're trying to like bump your spicy tolerance up by eating Cheetos, you're doing it wrong.
I did it as an experiment to see how I compared now to a couple years ago when they first came out. A couple years ago, I couldn't have done it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try them soon.
Where did you get those?
An employee gave them to me because I'm always torturing him with other crap that I give them. So, hand out candies and powders and hot sauces and salsas, and so they try to return the favor.
See, I still haven't seen those in our area.
Yeah, I'm hearing that the Scoville rating on them is only about 8,700.
Well, they keep saying that they're hotter, but that's what it says on the back.
That's only, for everybody out there, that's only like twice as hot as a jalapeno, which is less than 1/10 hot as a habanero.
Yeah.
Habanero is about 100,000. Jalapeno is like 2,500 to 5,000.
What is a Scoville scale? The Scoville scale is the measurement of spicy heat of chili peppers. Our 2X spicy hot chicken flavor ramen is 8808.
Okay, I was a little off, but
That was a pretty weak definition of the Scoville scale.
Yeah.
That's what it says in the package. I'm just reading what it says.
But see, like Patrice said, some people, that's going to be stinking hot for them.
Until you eat hot stuff, and then it's not going to be hot at all.
Yeah. You start eating them. I can't do it, Rob. I was going to say. Start eating them flaming hot Cheetos, and next thing you know.
My employee said that I should try it. My employee said I should try the my strawberry fury hot sauce inside that hot chicken ramen. So if I start pouring some of that strawberry fury hot sauce in there, it probably tastes pretty good. You do that.
Although I will say, Rob, I really actually do like the Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Yeah, they got a good flavor to them. They're not really hot, but
Yeah. And actually, the Walmart brand, I went out on a limb because typically, like the Sam's Choice brands don't come close to the actual thing, but flavor-wise, they were actually pretty as close as you could get to doing the real thing.
Well, down here we just go with HEB brand. Because anything HEB puts out is awesome. Because they always have the most unique flavored stuff, and they have oddball stuff. I mean, it's always some kind of weird combination. Their stuff is always almost as good as the name brand stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Always. It's just a Texas grocery store.
See, that's how it is here. We got the one store has more. Well, I don't know if Walmart carries it or not. Morning Fresh brands, but the one grocery store locally, that's their big brand. Mm-hmm. That's not name brand, and we'll buy it before we buy name brands.
Right.
It's just that most stuff, anything we've ever tried from that is just as good, if not better, than the name brands.
Yeah.
In that one.
Yeah, because they came out with a hot chili ice cream. The HEB, I think they had some kind of chili ice cream.
Yeah.
And a couple other stuff. They always have some weird things. So, but like I said, I always go for their HEB brand before anything else. And that's just me. But I'm pretty much all where I shop. So,
yeah.
The Chief is asking, how hot are devil's tongue peppers? I'm growing white ones.
I don't know. Is Susan still here? I miss saying hi to Susan and Batman. What's up, guys?
Hey, guys.
Well,
Miss Batman.
Wasn't that the pepper she tasted? White devil's tongue?
Oh, yeah, he did.
I don't know how hot they are myself.
See, I'm trying to think. I'm growing them again this year because it's been a couple years since I grew them, but I don't know. The white ones are probably the least out of all of them because there's I don't have a red devil's tongue. I have yellow, white, and caramel.
I have red and either white or peach.
Of the devil's tongue?
Yeah. I know I got a bunch of reds because I'm growing everything devil this year.
Yeah, I got a bunch of them going too.
Susan says no, white devil's tail.
Not bad.
So, okay. Because I think the devil's tongue, if I remember correctly, it's up, I want to say between a habanero and a fatale at peak. She has seed for the reds. See, the reds is the ones I couldn't find. I have never, for some reason, I've never gotten the seeds for the red ones.
Have a good night, Alpha.
Night, Alpha.
If you're watching tomorrow, I'll talk to you then.
Derek Kimberly's in the house.
Later on, Alpha.
Hey, Derek. Did I really miss Batman coming on? I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made a comment about ass tasting like Penny. And
read that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, Batman. Sorry I missed you.
Because I think I went got the spicy chicken noodles or something when he made a comment or something, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think he says Batman was in. Yep.
He's probably still in here.
What's that?
He's probably still in here.
Yeah, I just scrolled back up to make sure. I thought I saw him. There he is.
There he is, yeah.
Yeah, because I missed Susan coming in, too.
And I just want to comment, Batman, your drawing skills are exceptional.
Yeah.
I thought that those were some of the best paper, rock, scissor drawings I've ever seen in my life. I was like, damn, man, look at this guy can draw.
I know, and he did it so quick. Like,
I still think he should have took a couple more shots. And I don't know what the hell we were going for at the end, but it was fun.
Yeah, the way everybody was saying, another shot, another shot. No, that was off camera. That was water. It has to be on camera for it to count. I think it was Bloomberg that said that. It has to count. Somebody said it anyway.
Sure.
But yeah, all the resin everybody gave him.
Well, I mean, to his defense, he did take some arrogant bastard in between the shots, so that was a good thing. That's a good beer to go with.
Okay. Batman says, yeah, I'm watching Packing a Seeds order. You know, all this time that I've been talking to the Alpha Bear guy, I never noticed that the first name was spelled wrong. My dyslexia kicked in and just automatically put the letters where they're supposed to be.
That's not dyslexia. They say that's with really smart people. You can actually have all the words mixed up, jumbled up, but you'll actually read them correctly.
Yeah, but I'm actually dyslexic, so.
Oh, okay, well then maybe it was dyslexia then.
It was dyslexia. Freaky says,
whatever.
Freaky says, I showed up during the hiccups right after the first shot. I had to watch the rerun, so I saw all of it. That was a good time. Haha, yep. Patrice, autocorrect. I only need 2. Freaky says, a male and a female. Soon you have more. Hopefully it was fun. Okay, I think I'm done with the Crimson Blaze jerky.
No, time for another piece.
Wait, you're done with it? As in, like, the bag's empty?
As in, I am not going to have any more this evening.
Blasphemy, man. You're just, like, totally insulting Rob right now.
Oh, no. No, I'm going to save some for tomorrow. The sweet one, I'm going to have a piece of that one.
Come on, you seen that big piece I had?
Yeah, and I also know what your heat tolerance is, too.
It was still hot.
Yeah.
Tolerance is a little bit higher than the spicy Cheetos.
Flame Cheetos.
Oh. Rob, I'm gonna find a bag of the Triple X Flaming Hot and send it to you.
No, I'll send it. I'll go get it tomorrow. You want it, Rob?
Sure.
All right. You like the Triple X popcorn? You like popcorn?
I have not tried Triple X popcorn. I always spice it up myself, but...
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's correct this first. The Cheetos Triple X popcorn. We're not going to get anything. We're not going to make sure that we're staying on the Cheetos level. Not. We don't want to go the wrong direction.
Yeah, they got flaming hot everything now.
Yeah, I read it somewhere that since 2000, the #1 commodity is hot things, like hot sauces and everything. They've surpassed everything. I think it's like 1,000% above all other commodities or all other condiments combined.
Was it 3 or 4 years ago? Donna, she does small business development for the state, so she gets all the like national reports from the SBA or whatever. And 3 out of 10 things for restaurant businesses that year was all spicy stuff to look out for, that were going to be the new hot trends in restaurants. And it's been on there ever since.
They're making a movie about the guy who created Hot Cheetos.
I heard they're making a movie about Mr. Rogers too, with Tom or what's his name? He was funny in the '80s. Totally blanking on his name.
Have to go. See you, Patrice.
Later, Patrice.
Later on, Patrice.
Yep, later, Patrice.
Let me do some Google research on that, Rev.
The guy from he was in Catch Me If You Can, and that movie where he was on a plane and the plane wrecked and he ended up sitting on an island with that Wilson.
Tom Hanks?
doll.
Tom Hanks.
Hanks, there you go.
Tom Hanks is playing Mr. Rogers.
That's what I heard.
Huh.
I haven't looked it up or like looked up a trailer or anything like that, but I just heard that before we went live.
Interesting.
Yeah, and actually, whoever I was listening to it, that they found out about it, and they were like, "Well, I hope that I hope it's like a behind-the-scenes type story, not Tom Hanks like doing an episode of Mr. Rogers."
It says the upcoming Mr. Rogers film is not a bioepic. Biopic? Biopic.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Tom Hanks is Mr. Rogers.
Huh.
Wow.
Well, pretty much anything Tom Hanks does is good. So, and that seems to be what he's doing the last how many years is.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with that. Was it Angels and Demons thing? Wasn't that great?
Well,
I didn't see that one.
he's had a few that, you know. Well, what was the first one?
This Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code, that's it.
Yeah, I miss them back in the days of like Bachelor Party.
The Bird.
Yeah, the Burb.
The Bird, yeah.
Burbs. It's a classic.
Q, the book is always better than the movie. Any book is better than the movie.
Unless you don't read like me.
Well, did you ever see the Pet Cemetery?
That's
The
all.
movie?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Never read
read
the book.
Read the book. Way better than the movie.
I don't read.
You never learned to read?
I learned to read. I just don't read.
Yeah, I will say Da Vinci Code was actually pretty good. The book.
Yeah, I read the book and watched the movie. The book was really good.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Come gather around little children while I slice up the sweet bird.
Actually, one of those books, someone just gave me that book. I don't think it was Angels and Demons. I think it was like the one after that or something.
Katie said read Inferno.
Is that the one? That might be the book I have.
Inferno, that's what it was.
Because I think I was talking with someone about, I think it was the Da Vinci Code, and they were like, no, you got to read the third one. Because I tried to read Angels and Demons. I didn't like that book. I didn't watch the movie either. But she told me, no, you got to read the third one.
Huh.
But I haven't read it yet. I have a stack of books over there I haven't even gotten around to reading yet. Okay, so Inferno must be the third one, and Origins is the fourth one. I will have to get around to that. I liked the first one. That one was really good. I didn't even watch the movie World War Z.
There's actually. Huh.
I keep hearing Ex Machina is a really good movie, but I've never watched that either.
And my apologies to everybody for eating on stream.
Mm-mm.
As long as it's that Crimson Blaze jerky, I don't think anybody will have a problem with it.
Is that what it is?
I'm actually eating the Cajun one right now.
Ooh, Daredevil.
When I was in Georgia, one of the ladies who worked in the office, that's how she cooked. And she did Cajun chicken for me. She says, first batch I'll make it mild. And like 5 batches later, it was finally hot enough. And one of the times when I was coming home, she made me up 120 wings, so 10 dozen wings, to take home with me.
Jeez.
And, authentic Cajun cooking and this Cajun jerky tastes just like that. Not as hot as what she did, but yeah, it's almost spot on to what she was making.
Heck yeah, I agree. Matrix is still one of my favorites all time.
Yep. Just the first one. The other two were necessary, but nowhere near as good as the first one.
The first one still was the ultimate. I mean, I like the other ones just because, like you said, it goes with the story, but you can tell they got bigger budgets.
Yeah, but that first one, that one blew my mind when I watched it. I still remember exactly where I was when I watched it.
Yep. When it came out at the theaters, it was one of them history-changing movies. How they did things.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, all of them had a little bit that was kind of unique, and like when the Ghost, number 2, I think was number 2.
Yeah.
The Ghost guys, those were awesome. To me, when Morpheus was giving his speech down to the people, reminded me straight up Warriors. He reminded me straight up of the movie Warriors with Cyrus. Cyrus, he sounded just like him.
Yeah.
You remember the movie The Warriors from the '70s? Can you dig it? And he was doing all the gang stuff. It sounded just like that. Like it was like that movie to me. But anyway, it still is a decent movie. I like The Warriors, though, even though that was '70s.
I forgot all about that movie.
Warriors, come out and play.
I remember when the first Matrix ended, when I watched it for the very first time, when the credits were rolling and my jaw was just on the ground. And I was like, what the heck just happened? What was that? I was so confused. We rented that movie. That was way back then. And I watched that, I think, 4 or 5 times in like 24 hours, just trying to figure out what the heck that movie was about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same way. He was at the theater, just sitting there, jaw on the ground, like, wow.
Yes, Freaky, I believe that was why they made The Matrix.
Yep.
Pretty sure I heard that in an interview with the... Wait, can you call them brothers anymore? I don't think you can. What is it? Wachowski or whatever.
Yeah.
Brother and sisters or whatever they are now.
So you enjoying the Cajun?
Yep. And I just decided I need to put this away or I'm going to eat it all and I won't be able to share any of it. There it is. Put away.
Going back to the Crimson.
No, I'm putting it all away. There. Typed up back in the envelope.
Yeah, Jared, my kids love Thor Ragnarok too.
Never seen that.
It was funny. It was actually, they threw in a lot of comedy in that one.
What was the other one with Ryan Reynolds was a superhero? Is that
Deadpool?
Yeah, I haven't even seen that yet.
Mm-mm.
I heard it was really, really good though.
I have it sitting here. I still haven't watched it.
I mean, it's very, very. I don't know how to put it. It's a good show though, but it definitely crosses a line. Depends on what your audience is.
It's not one I'm going to watch with my 10-year-old and 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I
And
heard,
the second
Language
one's
gets
coming out.
colorful in it.
and I heard it was really funny.
Yeah, they said it's hysterical.
Yeah.
But they said the Hitman's Bodyguard. They said it's freaking funny too, but it's definitely not one you want to watch around your kids.
Has an R rating for a reason.
You know, and that's what I want to look at all these. I'm going to be nice. Parents that took their kids to go see Deadpool and then flew off the handle crying and screaming, wow, da, 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 they said the F word and da, 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 all this and all these different, they bitched up and down about everything that went on in the movie. It's like, did you not see the R rating on the movie? You're an awesome parent. You have no right to complain. You just totally bypass that R rating and then want to don't get me started.
Same ones that complain about like games like Grand Theft Auto, like the kids should not be playing this. Like, yeah, it's rated mature. You know,
Yeah.
kids are not supposed to be playing that. It's for like 30-year-old, 20-year-old guys.
Yeah.
Well, or
Yeah.
girls.
Some aren't mature. Some of them are not even mature. So.
Yeah, that's why I started with like 30, and then I was like, I'm probably not mature, but
Well, it has an adult rating for a reason. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've
Yeah.
never played it.
Well, Grand Theft Auto has an adult rating on it, doesn't it, Reb?
yeah, it has something on it.
I played it for a little while. Didn't much care for it. No.
Yeah, it might as well be a rated R movie because it says M for mature, 17 plus.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't complain about, oh, that's not a good game for my 13-year-old. Yeah, I know. That's what it says right on the box.
Yeah. Well, you remember back in the 80s and 90s, R-rated movies, unless you were 18, you weren't getting in.
Yeah.
Period. Parents couldn't take you in. Nowadays, parents can take you into an R-rated movie.
Right.
That makes no sense to me. First time I ever seen it, we went and seen 8 Mile when it came out at the theaters, and people were bringing in their little munchkins. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me right now? It's like, wow. It's Eminem. You know it's going to be loaded with language.
Yeah, even though I don't like Eminem, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
That was who was that? Who was the chick? Brittany Murphy?
Yeah.
I always loved that chick. You ever see Just Married with her and Ashton Kutcher when they just got married? That was one of my favorite
I think we have that movie somewhere.
Yeah, I have it somewhere. I love that. I watched that so many times that I watched like all the behind the scenes footage. So if I watch it ever again, I know like you can just tell every single time where they broke character and like they did like turn their head and they're just sitting there and you can tell they're laughing so hard. Like
Julian's sneaking off. Good night, Julian.
Hi, Julian.
later, Julie. Like when that guy that owns the castle, he's like, my grandparents owned this place since before World War First. Oh, that cracks me up.
Yeah, so there too anyway. Hey,
Yeah, and Brittany Murphy's dead now. I know. I remember when I heard that. That sucked. Way too young.
Yeah, she was young.
I think she was about my age, or maybe like 2 years older than me, maybe.
Yeah.
But she died like what, 10 years ago or something.
Has it been that long already? I just remember. I remember hearing somebody tell me, but I didn't even. I think it was actually probably Donna that told me, but.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when it was. I just guess anymore. And
yeah, it was around then.
And if anybody calls me out on it, I just blame it on my age.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Huh. Good Lord, everybody left.
Yeah, let's talk about them.
I didn't even realize. I looked down and was like, wait a minute. It's just the two of us. No.
We can make it if we try.
This is what happens when you leave it just me and Tom.
Wait, no, the last time I heard that song, I think it was in that version in Austin Powers. I totally forgot about that, except for like the one part where it's that mini me and he does that you and I.
Huh. Now they're talking about tattoos. We have gone through so many topics tonight.
Oh yeah, that's what it's always like. I could see Susan covered in tattoos, like full sleeves and everything.
Yeah. I don't have any. I wanted to get one, but I've never gotten.
I don't have enough.
I've always been warned, once you get one, you're not going to stop.
Oh, yeah. My first one when I was 17. And haven't stopped.
I don't have any because there's nothing I would want on my body permanently. I'd regret it as soon as I put it on there.
I don't regret a single one. Me and my buddy were just talking about this the other day, or other month. But he was saying he's got like the Grim Reaper right on his forearm. And he was saying the only regret that he has was he should have made it smaller so he could have fit more things on his arm. He's got the world on his back with a big dragon wrapped around it, like an entire, like all the way, like the dragon's head comes all the way to the top of it, like to the bottom of his neck, and the tail is all the way down, like almost to his butt crack. And he said the only regret he has about that is it should have been smaller, so he could have put a bunch more tattoos on his back. But nah, I've heard that throughout my entire life. You'll regret it when you're old. Like even my mom, like the first tattoo I ever got, that's what she told me. When you're old and wrinkly and some hot little nurse is giving you a sponge bath, you're gonna regret that. And I was like, no, I won't, Mom. I'm not gonna live that long. Jeez, oh man, I'll be dead in my 30s. Man, talk about how to make your mom mad.
I mean, like I said, there's a lot of things that's cool. I mean, personally, if I were to really get one to see if I would regret it or not, I'd actually like octopus, like this, like the whole sleeve, like going over and having like that undersea scene with like a treasure and all that other crap, and it'll be like my whole arm. So I'm not gonna do that. But I do enjoy the artwork. Other than that, no, I've never got one.
Barnyard Chicken said it's like wearing the same dress every day. Yeah, I guess it feels like wearing a dress every day. Maybe not. Now, with every single tattoo I got, they pretty much are a reminder of where I was in my life at the time. So every time I look at each one, I'm like, right, I remember how dumb I was then. Not because of the tattoo, just because I remember that at that stage of my life, I was pretty dumb.
There's a lot of people that use it as a map of their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's why I don't regret any of them. It's just a reminder of like, oh, I remember when I got that one, like this was going on and that was going on, and I was friends with these people, and you know, we were all into this. And yeah, and I have a lot of tattoos with eyes. A majority of them, including eyes. Like I got eye of Horus, the stalk. I got another set of eyes on my back too. Tramp stamp. Before tramp stamps were cool, or before they weren't cool, or before they were a chick thing. Nah, I don't have any pepper tads.
I got big tribal up there, and another big tribal up there, and another one on my chest.
I got a big tree.
Huh. Oh yeah, I just got a big old hairy chest. There, how about that?
Dave, you need to dress that thing up before you flash it.
I keep shaving mine, hoping that maybe I'll get a lot more hair on my chest. Doesn't work.
Yeah, it don't quite work that way.
No, I heard recently that is one of those urban myths.
Yeah,
That they always say like if you shave your legs or shave your arm or whatever, it comes back hairier, and apparently that's just a myth. I knew it was a myth because when I was younger, I kept shaving my face and it never came in thick ever until I was like 30.
yeah, I did that when I had that guy because I had a goatee for years. That's all I had, and I just the one. See, right, left. It was the left side, just that one little spot. It wouldn't connect. So I started shaving it, thinking, okay, well, they keep telling me if you shave, it'll come in. It come in. Yeah, it didn't work. It finally just somewhere in my 20s, mid 20s or so, it finally grew in and connected.
Yeah, I remember at first I just did the little flavor saver thing right there, and
Yeah.
and I was like, oh man, look, I actually have facial hair. And then I don't know, it was like a year later, or no, yeah, I think it was. Oh wow, it was only 10 years ago. No, it had to be earlier than that. But I remember I went to Colorado and we had no electricity because we were just camping on the side of a mountain at 9,000 feet. And when I came home, I had like a partial beard and I just didn't shave it. And I mean, I did eventually, but I went into work and all the girls were like, hey, check you out, looking all like rugged. That's why I was like, facial hair, eh? Didn't look good. It was just sporadic all over the place, but they were just used to me always shaving. I did read that right. Susan said she has tattoos.
And then she said she's just kidding. She's not covered. She didn't say she don't have many, but she doesn't say she's not covered.
But she says she's got roses on her shoulder. Are a connection to my dad's tats. Nice. And Susie said she never regretted any of them, never will. She's got roses on her shoulder.
Wasn't me.
That was me.
Susie only has 6. I'm at a good number. That's why I haven't moved from it. I got 13.
Now, does recoloring count as a new tattoo?
No, it's coloring. If you got
One up
one
here.
over top of one, I guess that you could count that as another one. But
Because I used to have a small shield up here. Then it had lightning bolts added in, so that's 2. Then it had cloud cover put over the top of it. That's 3. And then I had the new tattoo put on. That's 4. I've had it recolored twice, so that's 5 and 6. One on my chest I've had done 3 times, so that's 7, 8, and 9. And this one I've had done once. No, I take that back. It covers up a cobra. So 9, 10, and 11. 11 times I've had a tattoo started and ended, but only 3 spots.
Well, if you look at my tattoos, you'd be like, oh, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
I wish I would have opened a tattoo removal shop, because everybody who regretted them after watching all those damn tattoo shows for years and got them and then said, damn, why'd I get this stuff?
That's the exact person that shouldn't have got a tattoo in the first place.
But you know how many people who did it, though?
Oh, I bet a lot.
And then the ones that when they did the challenges and stuff, how many of those artists screwed up so bad? I mean, and they signed in on it, said, look, this artist can do whatever because you're part of this show. But then you look at what they did for them, you're like, God Almighty, you call yourself a tattoo artist? That's horrible. I mean, some of them were just horrific, and then they had to go and make another show about them fixing them because they had to do cover-ups because they were so damn bad at it.
I love this one because Freaky Geek said he's scared of needles. I like ink, but only on others. I'm scared of needles too, but tattoo is not like a needle. Like if you can go and get an injection, you're way better off than I am. I can't do that stuff.
Needles don't bother me at all.
Oh, that bothers
me. IV, dude. That IV, oh, I don't know what it is. I freak out with IVs. I don't know what it is.
It's just watching that needle going into you, and it's like, ugh, just makes me cringe every single time.
Last time when I broke my leg, they gave me an IV for morphine. And the guy is looking around my hand trying to find a place to do it. And I said, no, it's right here. Right, you can see right here. And I grabbed my wrist and it bulged up. And he says, oh, well, why there? And I said, because they got floating veins and you won't be able to hit it otherwise. So he gets there and he says, okay, look away. I'm going to take it and put it in. And they just went right up and watched them. It doesn't bother me at all.
My biggest problem is, like, why I don't like needles is I always get the nurse that's studying how to be a daggone nurse.
Yeah.
Now, this is not hard because if I just flex a little bit, I got veins popping out of my arm. You should be able to hit those things. I mean, that should be really, really easy. And they do not hit it. They go through the vein. They go beside it. They go all over the place. They can't actually hit the vein. And one time I yelled at him. I'm like, just get a nurse who actually knows how to do her job. I don't want the training person. I want like a real nurse. And they got all mad at me. I actually,
welcome back, Chris.
You can go and get your medical records. And I got there, and there's so many comments in there about what a difficult patient I am and how I'm, like, rude and all this stuff. I'm like, no, like, you're collapsing veins and stuff like that because you don't know how to do your job. But it was cool to see how many bad comments I had on my medical records.
I think I told you once, my friend, when he was doing back surgery or whatever, they totally missed a layer, and it had all the injections in between his skin when they were putting it in. And then they said, should we go and retry? It was like, no, I don't want you to do it. I think you should go get the doctor and see if this is correct or not. And he's like, and there's like, who the hell put this in there? Your veins aren't hard to miss. You can see them plain as day. Well, I mean, you need to talk to her. That's what he told them. Because, I mean, they just totally missed it altogether.
Oh, yeah, the time I was talking about when I left, it looked like I was a junkie. I had, like, all these needle marks all on my arm. I'm like, how the heck am I supposed to go into work like this? Like, wear long sleeve shirt or what? How was your weekend? Ugh. You're a bigger man than me, Russ. I don't think I could watch that.
Oh.
See, Chris's fiance, that's who I want if I have to get any kind of injection. I want someone who can do it on the first time, not someone who can just poke around. Well, just give me a couple more times. Like, no, go get your boss.
Well, we'll find it eventually.
That's what they told me. I'm like, no. I'm like, this isn't funny, man. Like, you're stabbing me with a needle.
We'll find it eventually, we swear. Wow. Yeah.
Jeez, oh man. But that in turn made me afraid of needles. But completely different story whenever it's a tattoo. When it's a tattoo, it's practically like if you take your fingernail and scratch your skin over and over and over and over and over again, you know how it like just gets raw? That's what it feels like. Exactly. I want to see your manager. Well, they brought the manager in. They were just, it was like the shift manager or whatever. And they were just like, oh, she's in training. I'm like, I don't care. Get her the hell away from me.
Donna's the same way. She's got a fear of it because of the same exact reason. She got one bad experience. They stabbed her and stabbed her and stabbed her.
I think the last time I had any kind of injection was not Novocaine, but whatever kind of cane it was that they inject into your skin to numb it, because I ripped the top of my thumb completely off. Like took off part of the nail and the entire top of my thumb, and they had to like sew it back together, like sewing through the nail. And that one wasn't bad. They just kept injecting me, but it's like Novocaine. You're not trying to hit a vein. You're just trying to like get it in skin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, iron.
I had cortisone shots under my kneecaps.
Oh, no way, man. Ugh.
I sat and watched the whole thing. Didn't bother me at all.
I'm the same way. I could watch them take blood, stick me, whatever. Don't bother me.
Well, I was like that until this stupid nurse just jabbed me in my arm over and over and over again. I used to watch them. You do a blood sample, and they put that needle in there, and then they put the tube into it, and you just watch the tube filling up with blood, and then they pull it out, and they do that like 3 times. I had no problem doing that, but nah, it's a different kind of cane, Jared. But it's the exact same family. That's why it numbs you.
But that's a hell of a drug. Sorry, we're talking about the Chappelle Show.
Which episode?
That would be the Rick James.
Oh.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Cocaine, hell of a drug. I think Scott's right. It's lidocaine.
Could be. I don't know. There's a pile of them.
Yeah, lidocaine, xylocaine, I think is another one. Novocaine.
Yeah, Novocaine's in the same category.
Yep. I had a cortisone shot in my knee. The giant needle going in was fine. The fluid going into the cavities of my knee, yikes. See, that didn't bother me at all either. And they injected all of that under both kneecaps. And the pain that I was in was was more than the little prick of the needle, and didn't bother me. Watching it go in was a little unnerving, wondering if I was going to come out the other side, but start injecting it, you feel the pressure, but the pain goes away.
That is a big needle.
Yeah. BD says, laughing out loud, I heard Rob say that. Isn't a bad word.
I've had all those done to my knee because I've had knee surgeries and all that other stuff, and then I've had cortisone shots in the bottom of my feet, for heel spurs and all that other junk. So that's the joys of being flat-footed.
I was listening to Rogan. He said he was flat-footed, and it's all about the shoes you wear and the way you walk. Because he was flat-footed, and he switched his shoes, and he's no longer flat-footed now.
I only wear Brooks.
Well, he said it was because of in general, it was back in like the 80s or 70s when Nike introduced those thick-soled shoes. It changed the way humans run. They don't run on the balls of their feet anymore. Now they just kind of plump their feet down. When you run on the balls of your feet, that acts as a shock absorber for your knee. Whereas when you land with your heel first, there's no shock absorber, and your knee takes all the impact.
Right. It's the only wear shoes at work. Because if not, I'm wearing, Flip flop. Always flip flop.
Yeah. Or no shoes. I walk
Yeah.
around barefoot a lot. Everybody acts all weird about that when every time I say that. I'm like, man, I live at the beach. It's sand everywhere. It's not like I'm walking through a sewer or something.
Yes, Chris is coming down to visit my house sometime.
Nice.
That's cool.
Video time. What? Why would you do that, Susan? That's mean.
Right? I mean, and she's like, oh, yeah, it's good times.
I hope it's because you're a nurse or a doctor or something. If you're just screwing around like, I'm bored. Hey, nephew, come here. Man.
Yeah, Chris is coming to visit me, not the house. Oh.
Man, that sucks. So all that walking made you have to get I assume you do a lot of walking since you got to get foot shots. Russ, that sucks. Because if you were one of the mailmen that just gets to drive around, I'm sure you, well, maybe you would. All that pushing the gas. Huh. Okay, well, that works.
$15 miles a day. Wow.
That's good exercise, though. I've been really severely dehydrated, but never did an IV. Usually just chug a lot of water until I get sick of my stomach. You know, the way you're supposed to. Oh, nice one, Freaky.
Oh, shit. Oh, my.
Zing!
See you, Scott.
Oh, later, Scott.
Have a good night, Scott.
You gross.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to have a retort for that one, Susan.
No, I think that one should just kind of end there, yeah.
Oh, man, it might be my favorite comment.
That's pretty good.
Oh, man, he's always coming up with the good one-liners.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That's a lot of walking. 11 miles.
I had a heat stroke and was pretty much bedridden for a couple weeks the year before last. Couldn't drink enough water to quench my thirst. I've had a heat stroke before, but not to that point.
I didn't have heat stroke, but I had hyperthermia, and I just ended up collapsing. But I mean, I had it so bad, like the vision was going blurry, and like it was like an out of body experience. Like I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just working, but I just kept doing it over and over again. I knew what to do. It was just second nature, but my mind was not there. Pretty sure I got brain damage from that. And that happened like 4 or 5 times at least. That was all because no AC. They refused to fix the AC. I was working in like 110-degree temperatures in front of a 600-degree oven, and it was like 110 out. but not fun. Yeah, it was not right. And fun fact though, someone was like, "Yeah, you just need a beer," and I'm like, "No, I just want like as much water as I can get." Fun fact: drank a beer, it helped a lot. I have no clue why. Maybe it just kind of numbed my brain a little bit or something, but it definitely helped.
Huh.
I mean, I went out back and just passed out for like a good half hour. Like it was so bad that when you just like completely are drenched with sweat, and then all of a sudden you get worried because there's no sweat whatsoever. Like I was way beyond that. Yeah, that was about 3 hours prior to me collapsing.
Yeah, because I've gotten to the point of stopping sweating and trying to get cooling down and fluids in, within an hour after that. But I wasn't working. I was just sitting in a car out in a parking lot because my sister forgot about me.
See you, Chris.
Chris.
Later, Chris.
Later, Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting off here too. It's after 12. I got yelled at last week
Why?
Who for what?
at work Tuesday, because it was like almost 1:45 by the time I got. See, when the live feed ends, we keep going. Well,
Yep.
yeah. About 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I was done.
Let's see, Tuesday is my super early day, so I gotta be there a little before 6. So yeah, I got till 4:45. So I have 5.5 hours or so to sleep tonight.
Yeah, like what Jared said, because beer is sent from heaven to help all problems. Absolutely.
Well, I think it's about that time because we let it run later. So I think it's time we close this down.
Yeah, killjoy.
Well,
You got
people
such a nice smiling face looking back at you.
He did do it with a smile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people are dropping off too. They're going to bed.
Yeah. Are we ready?
We're ready. Are we saying goodnight or what?
I
Good
think
night.
so.
Good night.
Night.
Okay, good night. We're just going to leave it at that. Rev, it's all yours.
Oh, sweet. All right, I'll just talk for another 25 minutes or so.
No.
Good night.
No.
Nah, I'll do the same. That was it. We were live. No, we're not. Later.
See ya.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Bye.